in 2018. At this point, we are here to read out the final results of the June 24, 2023 elections. Statement from the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Chairperson and National Returning Officer of the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone on the presidential election results held on 24th June 2023. In exercise of the powers conferred on it by Section 33, 42(2)(e), and 38A as amended of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, Act number 6 of 1991, and pursuant to Section 7 and 68(1) of the Public Elections Act 2022, Act number 17 of 2022, the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone conducted a presidential election on 24th June 2023. Both the polls and tallying processes were observed by political party agents, various national and international observation missions or groups, embassies, and the media. The polling station results were entered into the result database representing all polling stations across the country. The national turnout is 2,800,691, representing 83% of all registered voters. The total number of valid votes cast is 2,789,808. The total number of valid vote cast is 10,000. Invalid vote cast is 10,883, representing 0.39% of the votes cast. A total number of 120 polling stations were not entered into the result database due to either being tampered with and therefore quarantined at regional tally centers or unavailability of result form caused by violence at identified polling stations. The above outstanding result cannot materially affect the outcome of the final presidential election. Details of the results at polling stations will be posted on the ECSL website. At the ECSL website, the website is there. A full breakdown of the result by district is attached to this statement. Below is the total number of votes obtained by each presidential candidate. Ba Mohammed Charno, National Democratic Alliance, 21,620, representing a percentage of 0.77%. Bio Julius Mada, Sierra Leone People's Party, 1,566,932, representing 56.17%. Coca Prince, People's Democratic Party, 5,981, representing 0.21%. Jonjo Mohammed, Citizens Democratic Party, 2,367, representing 0.08%. Kabuta Sature, United National People's Party, 4,059, representing 0.15%. Kake I, Alliance Democratic Party, 4,336, representing 0.16%. Kamara Nabil Henry, Peace and Liberation Party, 7,717, representing 0.28%. Kamara Samora Matthew Wisty, All People's Congress, 1,148,262, representing 41.16%. Magai Charles Francis, People's Movement for Democratic Change, 16,012, representing 0.57%. Sakor Abdullahi Dukakuru, Revolutionary United Front Party, 6,796, representing 0.24%. Sandy Jonathan Patrick, National Unity and Reconciliation Party, 1,369, representing 0.05%. Sowa Toure Mohammed, United Democratic Movement, 1,665, representing 0.06%. Williams Bresford Victor, Republic National Independent Party, 2,692, representing 0.10%. Therefore, by the powers vested in me as the National Returning Officer, by Section 67, 51(2) and 92(4) of the Public Elections Act, 2022, Act number 17 of 2022, and pursuant to Section 42(2)(e) of the Constitution of Sierra Leone, 1991, Act number 6 of 1991, I hereby certify that Bio Julius Mada, having pooled 1,566,932 of the valid vote cast, representing 56.17% of the total valid vote cast in the 24th June 2023 presidential election, duly elected President of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Any citizen
Can you please allow us to conclude? Can you please allow the chairman to conclude his statement? Can you please allow the chairman to conclude his statement with all due respect? He is the National Returning Officer. He has not concluded his statement. Please.
Any citizen who has lawfully voted in this election, validity of the said election of the president by petition to the Supreme Court of Sierra Leone within 7 days after the declaration of presidential results pursuant to Section 54(1) of the Public Elections Act 2022, Act number 17 of 2022. Thank you all. God bless Sierra Leone. In 2018, at this point, we are here to read out the final results of the June 24, 2023 elections. Statement from the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Chairperson and National Returning Officer of the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone on the presidential election results held on 24th June 2023. In exercise of the powers conferred on
Famuluna kushe and luna adu. We are don't come back today for can't talk about things where they happen. Now we use it hearts alone. Now we yo. Whoa, let we left for do them bad things them. We dey feel most alone. Now we yo. Whoa, we are the. And if we hurt you, we sorry. We know mean battle, we just want to make we had go before. If we hurt you, we sorry.
Really sorry.
We know mean battle, we just want to make we had go before. Fambul, una kusha again inside this one big family house and una kabo. Well, every day we dey tell you say this na the family house where we all be sit down and decide for call we are the family house we not get no side for go, whether good or bad. And we there for talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. But Fambulem, we still dey see the ugly, the born pikin, it just dey call bien and it do all water inside mama salon. So the question now, when will they able to see the good inside we are, where we all they cry for see? Well, of course, today we get another update. Well, I can tell you, say we get plenty things them inside the basket because I still don't be plenty things that they come inside, and now that they come inside, na so we safe they try to bring them out sooner. But as I can say, the plates is here right now. You there with we had and Salon TV. So because of that, we can do it and leave the balance for the rest. Mina by Bure Kablai from the north.
US don't call or Carter Center when a US base don't call on the Electoral Commission for let them pull the results by polling station them, so everybody will get confidence on the process. Well, EU don't say we should support this call, and all the other body them will watch the election don't support this call. As Marcela Sambasi say, and the new National Elections Watch don't release data for sure say this election be supposed to go enough. Well, we don't hear how threats they go on. Other organizations don't come and say they stand with new for the kind of information when they give to the public. We go as well listen to the interview where Carter Center then give to the BBC. And as they say, Samuel Kamara do better. What in this mean? We can watch inside down there and see what in this election for me. Yesterday we took the time and analyze the whole thing, but I want to tell you now, please, let nobody not stress right now. Now relax. They say God works in a mysterious way. We tell now the last time say this election a miracle in the election, but I'm not saying say which I talk say.
I get all the way up.
Election, election. Okay, so we can tell now say we fast not to go for nothing. We don't know what thing they behind the scene. We don't know what thing get for happen. Whether election result change or not, something there about to happen. But so una just relax, not stress, yeah. Because me right now, the stress. When you know, I think, but I don't stress. Una don't relax, yeah. Something about to happen. My name is Sembe Pierre, the freedom fighter. As I can tell you, a lot of people tell me say APC freedom fighter. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yes, and
So guys, good afternoon from Obaya. I wish you all the best, and today again we're here for talk more about what's in the go on and a coordination of elections coverage, and of course we're here as usual for analyze a lot of things that happen. So I'm not gonna say I'll just stay with me because we're also there for give you the best as far as the situation concerned. As I progress from one step to another, and present and analyze them to you. So Fambo, I thank you for one don't join me. Welcome to Weird and TV Salon.
Well, we see enjoyment they go all around the country. I see that people in the sing part and comping them, they dance for them. But you get some Sierra Leoneans, in as much as we see violence again. We can look at the violent thing and the way they go all around and look at the reports from the different international community, they tweet and other things then. And of course, Peter Conte of the ITGC thing as well don't tweet. We can look at what in tweet say, with regards to this particular election. But as they beat people, as they sing for people, as they dance for people, you get some other set of young Sierra Leoneans, they will say, no, we're strong. we're resilient, and we need to be courageous and see how best this thing they go. And one thing we need to talk with very much important in this video now this.
Well, Famulem, now you don't see so. You know, you find out say they sing where the young ladies they sing. It look funny in other way, but it very very serious. I think that the pass on a message where if you get sense, you know say now the right message than the pass so. Because for time ago where plenty Sierra Leoneans them they grumble about hardship. I think say now we already suffer indeed. Because when you gonna shop for go buy anything where now for use or for eat, now the same price will they buy them. And all one day I see one shop the way SLPP supporters and they buy a bag of rice for 300,000 and APC supporters then they buy a bag of rice for 700,000. I think we all they buy a bag of rice the same. That fish we plant buy 2,000, now they buy 10 or 90,000. Now we all they do them. So if people feel say when they celebrate right now and when damage people them now other people that they do, I really like the vibe where the young guys them come up with. Really.
So I want to make up of this kind of thing. So the kind of tension really happen right now in the country.
Yeah, so definitely, you know, people in the fair way for like, you know, forget themselves solace. You know, for courage. Yeah, for courage themselves. You know. Say, lot of vex too much, just to say, you know, we're not able to do what you're supposed to do. So at the end of the day, say, okay, even if now I don't win this election, whatever way, but now we all suffer. Now we all buy at the same market. Now all the, you know, the same blackouts. Now they go through water. Oh, they go now money for go get water. Now all they go there and all that. You know, go school, picking the all they go school and all that. So now we all depend on them. So whether we dance or not, the reality still exists. It's just like person where they drink, say, oh, I get problem, let drink. You know, my professor at university, they tell me, say, where go drink, say, because I get problem. The problem, they say, okay, I go wait for you first. Wait sober, the problem come back. Say, who say left me, look me the back. So that's something like that. People like the dance say, you know, they don't win. People let them sing, say, now we all depend on. And of course, now they depend on, now they feel the consequence. And I just tell family, one African professor, he say for thief village battle, not doing the thing. Who say they go beat no more the chief or other person in order to you. And then the problem there. So I think now right now that's so the problem, don't they? They go thief the village battle. Who say they go beat and let nobody know hear you, then the chief self know hear you. I think say right now I say the situation on there right now. So I go stop some of us.
All right, so and as all this the be, we as well they see other different things them they happen from different parts of the country. We basically get for do with the kind of violence business where we see it now as we talk so. So if we find follow, we just look at certain things then. You know, I see one video they go all around where people they talk about Paulo Conte. One for Conte when I say that video they not to the Paulo Conte when most of us say not to the Paulo Conte when I sabi because people in sabi this one as well. But not to the Paulo Conte when they retired because even people they put and say retired major for Paulo Conte. Okay, so now we get a taste of this quickly. Let we get for understand exactly what we're trying to talk about. Okay, so if you eat the direct thing there, the time for talk say Paulo don't kill him, ain't he?
Yeah, Paulo don't
bring problem and he don't kill him. So I think I get that thing there. Yeah, you know, so you don't even ask me how manage capture thing there.
You capture her.
Yeah, so you know something and it's all about focus for them understand what they happen. You know, so not to Paulo Conte as they say, you know, because this one way they say na inkego wala. So I think you get better understanding about this case like
well,
in fact, you get another name. You get your real name.
Well, now the problem now because me to show you the name.
Hey God. The thing now, this
I don't know if Alpha is able for calm the name.
No, I'm not sure.
No, you don't charm the
name. Paulo.
It's a Mahmoud something.
Something like that.
Thing.
But yeah, it's Mahmoud. Which one?
No. talk to Mahmoud. Mahmoud ain't broken foot.
Man,
And Mahmoud in foot and broke. Paulo na go broke Mahmoud in foot. Okay, well, wait, so I won't go.
God.
Okay,
When they broke Paulo in foot or Mahmoud in foot, so the thing is they don't broke foot. Like when they say Jonah swallow the fish or the fish swallow Jonah, swallowing take place.
Me man, you correct. Na Mahmoud Kamara. Left chamber pay. Left talk no more. You correct.
Paulo na Mahmoud.
Na Mahmoud Kamara. Me man correct. What's the problem?
Okay. I'll tell you what to
We not talker.
I'm not talking Alpha. I said I might be wrong. I'm not talking. Okay, let's see something first. When person they ask for hold me, I always left room for escape.
I know you didn't know I'm going to people. But anyway, family members them, we there for personal the right message and the information when you go on at the country because we not go left for see people in the misinform una. As the video they go on, plenty people in the right I'm saying about Olo where we did na APC look at this way we did. Now into the act not so in this Paolo, of course, na Mahmoud Kamara where na be footballer. They say if you don't play for Bible Warriors na put loco. We invest na Masheka, but in a SLPP and some of the family members them na APC because even the bubble way them caught in foot, the foot not come out totally, but they say it hang. It's still a treatment for them broke serious one. Now in brother, according to the information who gets Namashekade. Now in your brother, but in up here, but in brother because they're not in the same party. In cousin and APC, in a SLPP. So when the talks them come, when they come push the man them, when they run, the talks them not able for losing up all in cousin and they go damage too. But at the end of the day, now in cousin they end up for good damage. But in cousin APC, whilst Paolo na SLPP. So Paolo, not so Paolo Conte I mean, this Paolo na Paolo we in base na Masheka na Mahmoud Kamara. So please, we take with time the information where we pass on social media because this particular time this right now a very delicate time this way we need for take with time where we talk and we need for take with time the information where we pass. Make sure for try your best for pass the right information so you know it cause trouble. Usai trouble not already deal like I did this so. Do ya this now advice, make with patience and take time. How will you force or message them when they come out phone?
Alright, so other things them they really go on. We maybe one for look at quickly. One for look at the violent them, one for play them quick one, and then we talk about them generally as they go about the different things. Say about that Alpha.
Yeah. So definitely I could say a lot of things they go on and from where they don't announce the results. President Biofos, they tell you thank you because you say all man celebrate peacefully, but we just also want to remind you and all the other already around you say after you don't announce the results, a lot of things to happen. They don't born trios them. We belong to the team, the tribal headman, Lower Bambara Chiefdom, Kenema district. Also last night in Bonwa House, we the person where they contest for district council chairman in Karene district. Then the district actually in Rokulang, then that tongue was Alpha Timbo come out, So inside the Bonnie house last night, any motoka inside say don't come out, they say they McKinney for escape. They also learn about other side and they way them burn some their bikes of ala. We see the video where people and they go broke people in table, other one people and they throw people and pepper and ground. So a lot of things on they happen and a lot of tension there. People and they attack people and holding they attack them. So just want to let the government and the authorities continue for talk peace. But as it is, that don't happen for the past 48 hours. So Fambu are not going to say, we'll get more of them video than they will show you some of the things that all they talk about. So when I just stay with the program on Weird and TV Salon.
Alright, so and what we want for do quickly, I'll just play you some of them videos there. Let you just get a taste of what in happen. We'll come back just now.
I didn't go there. Wait. I didn't go there.
Hello?
You see how they say stone? I don't tell you if I don't see you. You see how they say you? You see how they stone? You see how they stone the quarter? You see that? I don't see you. I don't see you. I don't make a face on you. I don't see you. But when you okay, let you take me here. I stop you. I don't see you. I don't see you. Minor sheriff. Now go stay, una wait. Are the video there? Let's go no more. Okay, hold on. Fence phone. Hold on, like start video there.
Show the people where the woman they cry, they beat them. They beat her mercilessly when the SLP people. So it's they do in the community. Fat here gas broke people and do more broke window. Yes. They beat people in the community. Now they see the beat so them beat people. Yes, then do. Yes, so it's they do in the community. The SLP people then beat people now then team up na junction. So yes. Thomas then beat people. Yes, Ibrahim Fula. Then create some kind of damage in the community. So it's them do people and they demand also they so. Yes, and post deputy demand everything. Yes. So it's them do in the community. All man the criteria gas so them pull motoka. So them pull motoka.
All right, well, Fumble, this now we are in TV salon, as you don't see the violence where they take place. Now they see people and they go and destroy people and markets and in a Bombay Street area. So you see them and they wear green, and they go and throw people and markets, throw that woman in pepper, spoil the umbrella and all that. I think so now all this when they talk about violence, they definitely don't they go on, people don't they attack. People are wearing the link say that they support the opposition party, which is bad, which is sad. And I think say the country very small, like I say, we all know one fumble, you can go do something to somebody, and before you remember, you never know why they meet them. And what's they happen, so this is not good. And this not they continue since when they announce the results. People and they go attack people in their house, they don't burn people in the house, and they scatter the markets, some and they threaten them, all of that. A born good picking. A born good picking. So I hope to the president and the authorities then will step up and protect the people because we all know go there one side. Other people are supposed for the other side. That makes democracy important all over the world. Not go there one side. Other people and they will go the other side and feel for the you wait the other side. If you enjoy enjoyment, enjoy it. But this video, so they say really, they spoil hearts because it's sad, it's barbaric, it's cruel. For like go meet you company. Either I go burn people and also I go begin go look at them poor man and the way they sell the woman and they sell them pepper. Now markets and they get an umbrella and they come up go find out to go take care of them family. Because of maybe them believe in a different party or ideas, go begin broke the table, go begin scatter the markets. I think say and this they happen at Freetown. So if this they happen at Freetown, what about upline? Who say maybe police them all day. So I think say this is bad, this is sad, and everybody for condemn them and the authorities need for step up and really help the people. Because at the end of the day, one grain of low, the country too small, 7.5 million people. Everybody's a big person. Like now and then, they them video then they all for life. And right now, because of social media, if you want to do something in public bad, you get for take your time. Because look around and then go put their face and just now they don't sabi they all. They never know who that don't see you. They don't mark your face when I impossible go do. Instead they go for you, going for you. And now so playback can continue. So I hope the authorities then will step up, and try and put them kind of thing to a stop because you're not going to bomb good picking at all. Over to you guys.
Well, I think say now the right message you pass to my brother. This now is supposed to be, and even as yesterday we they be done swear in President Bio. We be say the first caretaker Bio. We be say the first message we it before pass to in supporters on the country because as they don't as Kane in don't tell we say na President Bio win the election and
Caretaker Bio.
Caretaker Bio now win the election and it don't become again the caretaker for the second term. We think say Caretaker Bio for don't talk to the nation, not even in supporters them, or moreover pass a message to in supporters them say do now una don't win. make everybody sit down. If you don't count attempt to celebrate full.
No,
but in this
to be honest
case,
with you, it actually tell them say let focus on certain things, but it just pass. You know, tell them exactly what it is.
Yeah, because caretaker bill no guarantee. We don't see Usai use that same word they say. The info become the support. So if you can't talk no more, just like go talk. I just talk them on top. You know, and then we see right now waiting they go on a very, very sad. You will not get option. We see one family member what they say, we not for call him President Bill Alpha, not for call caretaker Bill say the president, not to president. Corner don't tell me say that he win the election. Me and you not get no option. Exactly. So for now, na patience, we na be away, na that name they get and I will get for the column. But what they go on at the country right now, it's just very, very sad.
I think we get a lot of things then. I don't know if we want to go quick to the issue of the soldier man then. You don't watch the video now, Alpha?
Yeah, I watched the video, but before I talk about it, maybe you need for play definitely because
you notice anything?
Yes, I see some like either color flag and some other things that will look different from within Salon soldier man and the world. Okay. So I don't know what's really happening now.
Hello,
you know, what I'm kind of saying because I see badge will look different from we also Jamanda.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's important for we know certain things then. And yes, so a lot of people don't see this video. So what you basically want to say, some people and they challenge this video, other people get different opinion about this video. You know, this are the state lodge. By the way, if I know sabi no sign inside the country, I sabi state lodge. Because at least I don't fortunate for going inside. But yeah, it's not a cut you car. I'm fortunate for going inside a place 2 or 3 times. You know, I'm pulling a power. Alpha, I don't go inside there.
Yeah, I don't go there, of course.
And you sabi
yeah.
So this is a bully against me now.
No, not bully.
Okay, that means I don't pass before they.
You know sabi how the yard stand.
No, I don't pass before that.
Sabi how the gate stand, but you know sabi how the yard.
Nothing.
Alright, so let's just watch this video on a more serious note. Let's watch this video quickly. I want to pay attention at the prompt now. Not to the song or the dance are only one for you to pay attention to. Una pay attention to the uniform. Una pay attention to every details in this video when they come back just now.
Yeah, definitely. So this is not a video where they talk about. First, of course, we don't go state lodge. It is say this. It really look like state lodge. You see that gate where the man they open, like where they enter through where they don't claim Hill Court, where they can inside. They enter. You know, I remember I go there several times. For example, why be work for Oxfam International as communications manager. Telling they we've been organize some meeting them for go the Oxfam International Director for a meeting with the First Lady, that's Alicia Kuroma, and even President Kuroma. So until the way they abuse you, we'll not be able to catch them. We'll not be able to catch the president na office until they'll be they go inside the lodge, or they would even go up hill station. They will say they up So when I look at that gate where they open for enter, it really knows say this really feel by that side there. And so which means close to the seat of power, people in there. Well, first of all, put the celebration first. Because me, before even I go to the video, the celebration.
Okay, so before you go to the celebration quickly, Alpha, one thing we want for the all man know, this compound here, no compound no they will fit by this compound inside we country. I not go or inside plenty compound there, but I stand to be corrected as well. But this one, it unique the way how they make them. It just gets your own taste, your own style. Yeah, it just gets your own style.
Yeah. So definitely. So a lot come first to the dance. These are the security personnel who they expect for provide fair security to everybody we need security. Everybody we need security in the country. And then supposed to. And I remind una family. If you don't say small way, something be happen. Another area they outside the state lodge there. We then say one bobo. I think he gets some mental health issue. He call one, Papa call one party where they work in a state lodge. Then go solve the situation. Die commodity. One party soldier man then die. Then say that the bobo in chuka. One and then two go. So that what make I bring down there as an example. This don't happen like I think about 2 years ago. Somebody went like not too far from state lodge. In Bobo be they misbehave. So he call him party where they work in a state lodge. When are the security then they say then go then two for go help the situation. At the end of the day, when they go for go help the situation, one party then die. One party the security guy then die. That investigation they not go far. You understand? What make I bring them? The person will die, then they say na person where it not be they do what they happen so.
Remember that day. Yeah, remember that situation.
Yeah, fine. Now be
in fact, allegation may they go and say now one of incompetent shooter.
Thank you. Now be a state. Now they all be there that kind of team there, but they say it not be they agree for dance, then kind dance or sing, then kind sing. The other guy they die. Later when they make the investigation, they say when they go for go the bobo, when the bobo they behave some kind of way that the bobo now kill the other soldier man. Whilst the bobo now in family, they try to put it in narrative. Say no, not to so it be. The two guys that then come. Now the other one ain't killing company. He said that investigation they don't do. And so that investigation they die. We don't know much about it again. Then boy can young carry down. But I try for related to this because these are the security guys that were supposed to protect security to the public and to even the opposition and to the government and to everybody in the country. Look at the dance and they celebrate, because they see President Bureau with. But that's not all about it. The time when Anes Koroma been there as president and not be see the presidential guys and they can sing Limba or Timni. That state lord they celebrate. That's because that's also very important. I not ever see the soldier man or the security they will be in the garden, then carry and they sing Limba or they sing Timni, then they jubilate inside state lodge. But these are guys where they sing inside Mende, they jubilate inside. So it's like one side Sierra Leoneans they say, a country of 16 tribes say, we the security there or the presidential guards, this is where we belong or we know this. And I don't feel again any problem for that person belong to a tribe because we all belong to tribe somewhere or the other. Me personally, I don't believe in tribe because most of my party they're different across the level or across the country. But the picture where they try for send out is like with a sing Mende, now we no more there and now we that kind of stuff like that. So they send a bad picture to the leadership. Okay. Now let's come to the picture. I see some badges. Now that video there, I see like green, yellow, red, whether and they most of the time are associated with the French forces in West Africa. Mind you, the French colonized most of the countries they're around with. So the green, yellow, red,
like the Guinea, the Senegal, the
Guinea,
Ivory Coast.
Senegal, Ivory Coast, Mali. So if you look, most of them countries they have flag down there, either in the turn over, green, yellow, red, or red, yellow, green, or green, red, yellow. That's not more in turn now. So some of the soldier man that want to see we dance that dance there, and they see the green, yellow, red, and the badge. So then they show say not to Sierra Leonean forces they want to do. So then they bring me back to the point where I make 2 days or 3 days ago when I say somebody, when a very senior colleague tell me say he understands say some of the security guards that are in the state lodge, now foreigner there. Some them come Burkina Faso, and even talk about some they will come Mali or some they will come Nigeria. So why I don't see that flag there? No say no salon soldier no they will get green, yellow, red. We also alone soldier man there now green, white, blue. Then put on small some side. So which means inside them presidential guards there, then get people and they know to say that. So no wonder when they can say any side and say presidential guards, then they're good. So which means maybe we'll get some mercenary there inside the Sierra Leonean guards, presidential guards, when they kill people. Like, because even a Salon man, we're born and bred as a Sierra Leonean, and obviously they'll get a mandate for do that. So maybe other people don't need to investigate this more. But Sudan, they're also bad. And they're really bad. And these are the presidential guards. We don't come on the limelight for several reasons. And they give instances. They even don't beat with colleague journalists then. At some point when they go watch game, inside the president be there. Later on, they accept, they apologize, and the presidency or the Minister of Information then buy the equipment them and give. So these are the things. And we don't see all this killing where they happen. And inside the presidential guards, the name that they appear. The killing at Paremba, the presidential guards, the name appear. The one at McKinney, the presidential guards, the name appear. The one at Tombo, the presidential guards, and so on. All inside and the one at APC office recently, the presidential guards, the name appear. These are the presidential guards within the dance that kind of dance state. We just analyze the video, and I think so when you just say they watch me, they see that one there. Even some of the face there, the way they see the faces, Sierra Leonean face, and then they look, they look a little bit different. We Sierra Leoneans, we face them can look different, but I see some people in their face, like even the already Ola coming already turn and face people like them a scenario maybe they don't hire from another country for can be presidential guys. So these are the things. So when this they go on, people like let us be critical. Some of we know they talk so normal, but when you see what they talk now, they talk facts, and you say when they watch the video, look at the video, look what they say, and you can able to disagree with me, that's fine. Because for me, I believe say in intellectual or even any other debate or discussion, you can disagree with me, just do it respectfully. May they make me point. You say can counter me, but just do it respectfully. But what do they see in that video? Some of the soldier man them badge them, and officer Salon soldier get green, yellow, red. Unless the soldier man can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think say now that's what they say. And this is sad. You see that face what they talk about? When you look at that face from a close look, that face is nothing but like Salon person face. And you see you see
if
the
you
badge.
watch under a hand, as it's the other hand, you watch under a hand, you will see the badge of the other soldier man. And interestingly, that kind of combat is not what we can normally use. We find out say like all of the combats then where the states where the presidential guards and this is totally different. If not to desert, now some kind of foreign uniform, or then decide for behave like ninja, then just too different. Most of them now they cover their face. Because we notice say some people in Africa, as you see their face, you know say this it belongs to this nation. For example, the Nigerians, certain people in the way you see them with their mark and other things then you know say this is Nigerian. You know say with kind of black way you see, you know say this na Gambian. You know say this na this. So most of them now they cover their face. Where they go do, where they na convoy, where they go do the operation, they cover their face. So you know, interestingly, somebody messaged we say we played this thing yesterday, but we not pay attention to them. Somebody messaged we say, in fact, I tell that person they thank you because it try for discredit we. Then it give you more opportunity for watch the video again. Because what he can for tell me, he say this video not a Salon video.
Yeah. But, so actually na blue, yellow, red.
Yes.
I don't say I'm back on this angle, na blue, yellow, red. And when you look at the blue, yellow, red, then they also get linked with the Gambia. Because the Gambia, one of the main color of the flag, na Gambia. So is it like we got also Gambian forces? Now the one the way they got the first lady or the president.
And we notice they count them special forces, they are them special people, they are those special uniform they are for this election.
Yes. So you see, some of the things that they talk about, Salon soldier, now green, yellow, red. We're not gonna no blue, green, white, and blue. We're not gonna no blue, yellow, red now uniform or Salon uniform. Unless if na new one. But then they look to me say, maybe soldier man go correct me. Wait, me not to soldier man. If I'm wrong, but an officer will get any Salon soldier flag uniform, we get blue, yellow, red. Now we Salon army. All the one I don't see different ranks. Even where I be they work in other countries, we say we get some Boku Salon man, soldier man and policeman where they work at the UN and then stuff like that. Now other countries in Africa, and they see the different color the way they wear, and even the UN way they add. But no one they see that kind of. So probably what the person tell me about say we get some mercenary there where they provide security for either the first lady or the president. Maybe it's true, but that uniform, they're not so Salon uniform.
What's this other uniform, Alpha?
Yeah.
This uniform, now we see mostly appear now the APC office.
Yeah.
And then because, we analyze the situation, maybe they happen at APC office on the 20 something or the 22 or so, where I've been trying to analyze the uniform then. You know, and then one day I go, and then go them Mutuka them just different. You know, the presidential convoy get different taste. You know, now they get sweet Mutuka them, fine Mutuka them. Where they work out with the president because they say forget game. Now then Mutuka them then go to the APC office where you go do that live firing the first day. And then the second day again, and then go again, whether mommy go end up for loss in life, whether IG say nobody no loss in life. But if even self that mommy then be with Truman, nobody not deserve for loss in life that kind of way. For lady IG of all, and they look people inside the eye, they tell and say nobody not die. So this is not the uniform. So we will continue for play this video. We want to follow you see every details of this video. You know, so as I been say for that person, a message will say this video not to salon. Then I come back and watch. I see something. They get one SLPP platform where they call Unity Broadcasting. They report at the they write needle them, you know, it is the dance. And if you watch from him back, wait till they can go to them quickly. If you watch from him back, you see, you know, the reporter with I call it bib, in vest, where he gets the Unity Broadcasting, the logo behind there. Sabida they sober one. So I know them because men na best friend. No, they always they try for giving me slap na my face. But I can always the balance the slap. So I rewind this video so we can come and see that thing. And apart from that, look at this talk and do.
Talk and do, very clear.
Talk and do. What I get talk and do now other parts of the world. Look at see the post where they count that black bag. Talk and do. Okay, I see if that's not enough. Look at this. Okay, watch this other policeman in kind badge where himself gets. Wait, this one.
Yeah.
Maybe that is you or waiting. I don't even understand. Maybe in own different. But look in uniform. Okay. Look, you see there's that uniform there. This lady says more look like salon face.
Yeah.
Except otherwise. But let me go. Let me just forget about the face and let's pay attention to the uniform there.
Blue, white,
so look at the other things there. So other colors than they. You see the green I talk and do.
Yes. Yeah.
I want for show that person where they're telling about where I could still call them journalists because they still in the social media, they do EM broadcasting and then they do their work as the media is supposed to do them. You know, in as much as they're a political party mouthpiece. But yes, they're still there and all around the corner is then turn the camera, you see say they talk and do polo and they all over. And we of course know say right now all the other way talk and do polo and they survive.
Well, you know, if we don't reach to this point, this now just for clear the information, maybe they go around say the first lady and the man that they bring people in the country we don't know of, but they know the mission why they bring them for. And the other question is, waiting at the mission where them people they bring them mercenaries there now the country for. Sister admin just called me. He shot for the soldier we talk about now. He end up for get an information say now Romania flag that one day. So meaning now Romania they will take most of them guys there. So waiting at the mission, the plan. Waiting can take a bit one for do because one time we don't sit on the outside la Lima. You remember? We said la Lima tell we say only the presidential guards don't do for take over the whole army of Sierra Leone. Underline that statement there. Only the presidential guards. The time where at the Pandema Road incident happened. They come and give that statement anyway. So now, if they see videos, they see people that are in the country, other army man from other country, then they come na salon, then they can do their work there inside politics. Then they to the first gentleman or the caretaker. Now then they around them, and most of the cases them where they happen, you know, the killing they where they happen, and then the uniform where they see. You understand? And Laelo and Slimmer Alpha, I look into waiting at the time for talk. Lord, just build this thing and understand something. And Laelo and Slimmer don't tell we say the presidential guards entrust them that they're alone able to take over the one whole army. Waiting will be the plan of them people there. Why did they let we own army man them? Then they go bring another army man from other country for can guard the president or for can guard the first lady or for can day now the house when the president in house. Waiting do with we also man them. Waiting up with them and waiting at the mission.
I think a very good point. I see the comment and somebody they say that's what Jamande or they talk about a name sheriff na Juba. You know, well, the person get right to view. Me not going to subscribe to that. I don't know about that. But other person they say the presidential guards and I know they wear the salon soldier man uniform. Then they wear different uniform. And officer down there right because the presidential guards and they because they work for the government of Salon, whether a soldier man or policeman, then they say wanna go guard the president, then pull it and carry and they. So I know them the what's them for where, unless otherwise, I stand to be corrected. Now the Salon soldier uniform.
Alpha, I not cut you word. Okay, make we agree say not to Salon command the well. Let we agree that side. Yeah. Wait till happen the badge. Why Salon soldier forget different badge?
I want to take the way the angle the other way. Let's assume say they're all not Sierra Leoneans. Let's say they're all not Sierra Leoneans, as some people they call now say it's a sheriff within a Barbados side. Let's say they're all not Sierra Leoneans. Why then badge them? The country flags them for different.
That's not the question.
See, so definitely because Salon, okay, let's say self now they get a uniform, but why when they go use blue, yellow, red badge? We not get nothing, no relationship with we own Salon, we own country flag. Why? You want to me say we not able to get the uniform for let it be the same. Even if self when I want, when I will give them uniform, or maybe when I get something when I like bib, wouldn't they wear where they put a presidential guard behind or something. We're gonna make unique and be different rather than people when they go dance that kind of dance day. But now let's say like I say, we just feel say Sierra Leoneans, people that we too we like we self in a way we not get that kind of acts for the kill we self that kind of way. But the way I don't see the killing where don't they take place now the country now, with them presidential guards they had the involvement, not make I begin thinking otherwise like say an officer is most of them presidential guards they are Sierra Leoneans. For example, Pademba Road. You see the pictures, you see drone footage, maybe that thing happen at Pademba. You see the killing where take place. And not be say Sierra Leoneans, people will get that kind of mind. So now I make a decision to some of these guys are not Sierra Leoneans. Probably not from other countries. When then just they run mission, then say, hey, when I go do this, they don't care, they don't know. And now I don't be wear mask. So because they wear mask now, then they go and do and nobody they know. Pass the way they send there, when they work with them, and they know. Because now any side where they go, person must die. Any side where they go consistently. This time they call a systematic way of doing things. Systematic. When I say something systematic, it continue the same pattern. Then go under before they come out the person die. Then go under before they come out the person die. Then go under before they come out the person die. They not they even shoot say them broke person foot and life and more. Then they shoot bear for kill. Look at them and know them go kill.
Alpha, let's just show people them something again. I mean they talk about there's SLPP mouthpiece. The own platform with Unity Broadcasting. Okay, so for just confirm say I call it Salon. Yes, look at this guy. The guy wear the bib. If they see something in back, lap for being a small pay attention to him. Are they going a small bit? They will all watch him. Another are the all if I able for catch him again. Okay, there you go. See him right there. If you watch and find where they say and say he right there, yeah. Unity press, yeah. The one where they near the soldier man right in front, he wear white and then he wear brown. A Unity. So of course, wait till they try for do all of this for you. For let you know, saying a state lodge happen, and of course this is Salon video. Let me say the all na Salon. Why the uniform for different? Okay, if the uniform different because military get different uniform. It depends on the kind terrain where they dey. Yeah, it depends on the terrain where they dey. If they go na desert, if they go na bush, if they go na water part, they're all uniform different. But the badge, the country in flag, not the different.
Yeah. So you see, and I think that's not the problem. Maybe you're only lacking with the forces in Sierra Leone. Discipline, and also for the law abiding. And that brings me back to the issue of Lawrence Lima. And also now I don't quiet. Lawrence Lima is a young guy like me. Maybe we're about the same age, or maybe big for me small or big for us small, because we all day in either late 30s or early 40s and stuff like that. So now a young guy, he come then can get in this position as a deputy internal affairs minister, right? When you look at his CV, somebody in CV and in work ethic and job experience tells a lot about him. I make the international world, they know they give you job, they never look at your resume or your CV, what you don't do, or who say don't work. This is Lawrence Lima. He was also a soldier, just like President Julius Maada Bio. He be a soldier, say the last government, during the last government, the APC government, then sack Lawrence Lima from the soldier, according to that 10 day, and say then sack him for indiscipline, lawlessness, nobody respect in Boston, nobody go by the rules and regulations of the force and all of that. Now I make them say then sack Lawrence Lima. Okay, quote unquote. This is a fact. say the last government under Paolo Conte, they may sack and say, now person will not be follow rules and regulations in a person where you not be follow the big one that was in the Italian and the rules of the game, not the military, and then sack them, then dismiss them actually. When they dismiss them, well, other people are saying a political dismiss. They say they dismiss them because it be more political with the SLPP, pass high for work, not the soldier. Each way, it's a fact. So I would say maybe you know be they follow rules because in focus was all about working with the party, the SLPP, the ruling party now. When it been there the soldier, you know be they pay attention to in boss and command. So you know be able to do work. So they say they sack him for indiscipline. All right. Some people say they sack him because of him, the way he been too active in party politics. They stop him for doing work as a soldier man. Now they sack Lawrence Lima. So when President Bio come, okay, after he sack him, he become very active now the opposition party that time when the SLP, when the ruling party now. He do a lot of things. He go, he campaign, they bring and come, he did the limelight and all of that. So when he come in as a minister of internal affairs, he called that kind of match they force. Say them people are them be redundant and then be sacked. They say they sack for indiscipline. So first he called that kind of match say. And from the time when they make him as deputy minister of internal affairs, we see all what to happen. For example, me being there on a radio debate na AYV, I'm not been in the country, but they link me up from that time they complete my master's program in New York. When I begin tell, for example, I talk about this government, how they abuse people and rights. That time some civil society and then at the studio when they wishy-washy talk some kind, nonsense when they know they even, that country they somehow way they eat. It's just they bend the top. When I stand on the ground, that time they say, what's happened at Padema Road? The international community is not happy with Salon government. The civil society and try for bend the talk. Those are the things that they don't know they go back so. And I make them very clearly say, like Lawrence Lima, as internal affairs minister, the statement the way they don't make, against people and all of that, don't lead to that situation and he get for hunter. He go na AYV, he go tweets and he even go right now the Facebook live program, say, oh, now look at that APC journalist, what is Sabibo human rights, what is Sabibo international, blah, blah, blah. Now I say, and also what I posted about Lawrence Lima, a Lambuk person and again international experience person. Me and I will not compare him education and international experience. And even the resume. All right, but after that, this is not the kind of post where they make internal affairs minister. So all let's see how to happen. Of late, instead of see the backlash. Wait to happen. Say before the election, say the car, you don't call. All right. But these are the things so they talk about. Not just give person power because if you say this person is my own brother, me like I this on my own level. That person not give me power, let not give me anything if it's not go perform. I'm not going to even take that okay. Let's take Koko and I able deliver, able do well. So now look at the military guys there. If you get somebody like internal affairs minister like Lawrence Lima, what do they expect? You can have somebody who directly responsible for how the military, the police, they behave and all of that. But if in they behave that kind of way, they get that kind of recording, what should they expect? So these are the things. So when all this international backlash now they come, what to happen, the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, now don't go into elections. Go back and reflect. Because if now one mistake you do, then correct you, they listen. But if they correct you, not listen, you do and back. Now so the thing they add that they reach a level where everybody they concern. I think at that level right now, in Salon don't they reach. So that's what your mind already done so. You go for hunt them in time to come. We go for talking back, say, yeah, some man go for day. You know some man go, one go for visa. They say, oh no, they give visa. You want to go with your family for go back and they say, oh no, they agree.
And like you don't really begin happen with in the Lawrence Lima.
Yeah, I mean, say at
alleged.
some point.
Yeah,
as alleged. So I think say in Sierra Leone, we just have to be factual. There's some of we nothing personal. And for highlight the issues. If you go back, we know say a lot of things still happen. And now they talk about the election and also all in all. But the election not done. President Bio win back. And now how would they right now? They don't win. But the international community now that one they don't look great. They don't agree at all. The international community not agree. Now they would they right now as a country. What do you think? How we able to come on at this situation right now? So this how we able to come on? Because we need the international community.
Well, my brother, to be honest with you, what they should I think say sometimes it's good for me to talk with mind, make we not be hypocrite. You understand? For me, I'm happy the fight really go on right now between caretaker Bio and the international community. The reason being, caretaker bill now one caretaker way ever in the history of Mama Saloon where we been get where in the fight for satisfy the international community by pen and paper. But God make them simple for we upon all the plenty pen and paper where they don't push to them, where we mix, where we even make some cry where they cry. Now we the international community if we say now we not the problem. And God make them simple for we with people and prayers. Plus we don't have to talk the way they talk, all contribute. He make sure for invites them. And let me tell you something, brother. We get the highest number of international observers them now this particular election ever than before. And caretaker bill, God come up here, he called them and then come.
Then call them.
They call them, then come. And he can't tell them, say, okay, now Una don't come. Now maybe the right sent to Una for this country. Now maybe they tell Una, say, the people of this country, they're lawless. Now maybe they tell Una, say, the opposition, they want to undermine the system, they want overthrown. Now maybe they tell Una all them bunch of things they are, where Una be the see me say, me na a good workman na this country. So now, make I can prove myself to Una. What you can take a bill do? He prove himself, Alpha. He really tell we say, he not just put Kone na ECSL as a workman where for can work, for getting respect, for getting country peace, and for make we feel good as Sierra Leoneans. He tell we in front of the international community say, I put Kone na ya, I plant am na ya, because I want for me. It can work for me. And we all see the work where Kone do. Alpha, this particular election, is not hide. Me and my brother, we been get one word now, we always making challenger. And they tell me, say, Bible, left me, he said, I don't believe Salon people them. He said, I want to see if really Salon people they vote, how me expect them. Now that will make I expect them. Say, well, Salon man, he said, Nakenda, he like he put it on top and fair rest, it's still a smell. I say, okay. But still, he don't confirm, say, Salon people really vote for change. But because caretaker bill take on a plant and they say, waiting I want now they do, now it we see at the end of the day. So the fight where they go on with the international community with caretaker bill are happy because they don't prove itself who that it be. It don't can prove the lie the way it be the lie. It don't can prove how it they misbehave to we. It don't can prove all the bad things the way they do to we.
Okay, so waiting hour for stay with regards down there. Yes, Salon people vote. Then thief the vote. As the international community they talk about, they no one for be that kind of way how they talk and say then thief the vote. You know, but we get other people who they tweet and that way then. But I want to tell you, say Salon people contribute again to that and a little bit.
Why?
Fine, I like that. And una get all the right for disagree with me. Why I say Salon people contribute? Now here we sit down and as we tell people them say, if Marabio gets chance for rig the election, now because of we give them the chance on two things then. One, the manner in which we vote. If we vote massively against Marabio and not go able for rig the election, but we see say no, even when they vote massively against them, a rig the election. But let's go to the other side why I blame Salon people small bits. Small bit too. When then they campaign, if them be left the street empty one for Marabio anytime the campaign, like Charles Magai and other one them, Marabio not go get the mind for thief the election like thief and so on.
Okay.
But because they get this feeling say election time they don't count it's money bets they'll vote to someone for vote. Now you give Marabio scope. Small bit again. Because when then you go and take Marabio in polo them and take a money them, Marabio not get interest by the election. It just get interest for crowd.
Okay.
So you remember say because Marabio get interest with you get interest for crowd, that is why he put people in one day in the office. All the government workmen them, it's still they can't tell me thank you. He snap and send on social media. All of them people then they endorsed Marabio in second term. Not also be there because Marabio concerned about crowd. Now going back to this election. People then they go and take Marabio in 10,000. We see the deputy minister of justice. All in money we pull by bundle. He put them there and back so with polo, he give them. Not to forsake all the and then they go dance, then vote for them. but they be want the money and they want the polo. And then mother be know exactly what they after. He just want people to go, he get out outside day, he snap them, he tell the international community, say people they really love me. So now he get arguments where they put. As then they argue now, say don't thief the result, and they get argument say, you not see the people that will come up for me. Not knowing that, we see people that when they come out say, we take them, polo them. We not vote for them. We even see person take megaphone say, we dance for the idiot. We vote for Samuel Kamara. There be need for left the street empty for Marabio. Because they see that crowd will come out na Makeni with Samora. Now make them afraid and say, rally not for go on. But go on. Even inside free tongue, I go tell you for real. In as much as I will tell you this, say most of the one they will declare, not to genuine declaration. Now because of waiting they want. But let me be honest with yourself. When they go now beach, the last rally, the amount of people where you see come out, not all man they vote for them all. But they add to the crowd where they rally. And if they add to the crowd where they rally, you don't give Mother your edge. We salon people them, we for begin take pride of certain things them. Not to all things you get for the listen to a person where you say, I agree. You get for stand up and say, no, we not say you not do well. Not to now you can't give me money and polo. And although people they say we eat some money there, we eat some money there. No. Una left fam. Una not there with una left fam. Let it go with the empty street. When you go with the empty street, you know the able. If even they do that day, like by now they don't na bundle and the bundle for Uta Komori. Because now, in as much as right now it clear, but that day for be no over clear. And in baby, who say it before the tremble for taking the kind of decision in the way it takes right now. So you see, now my opinion no. I know all person cost me bye. I just waiting I think and my analysis where I make based on all what I see what they happen so.
Chamber Pierre, I think the angle where you come out, I don't know for Alpha, but me not get no way for disagree with you. That's just the correct thing you talk and at the right angle you come out. We cause the problem. Exactly how you analyze them so. This money, where even no better we now, wait till they can undergo, impasse the money we been collect for the polo. I think he contribute for make Madabio do what they do. So me I agree with you. I don't know for Alpha. Me I agree with you 100%.
This is the situation.
Well, I just want to let family know say you watch we live on TV Salon and Weird, and we live on Facebook, on YouTube, we on all the platform. Continue for engage, and we continue for discuss on issues around the elections and governance. Because now we don't get the president again, you don't win a second term. Somebody they say like no call him president for second term. But the fact is, no, the president.
Okay, so let's make something different. Let's make something clear. We now we had from the beginning to now. We always feel say even if not to matter bill, Samuel Kamara can say we not they call him president. We they call him caretaker. Not to by disrespect, but because we want to make them no say, then they na that position there for we. Now that make the order so right now because if we now we agree, it did it. If we not agree, it did it. So then they take care of the power for we. So TV Salon they use for call president as the normal or constitutional way for call him. We get your style, so please do not accept the man and the guest we come. We collaborate, the collaborating partner for like call out in the column. We call out one for column.
Okay, thank you. So now we president right now. Now we caretaker. And thank you for the day for the next. I got for the day for the next 5 years. You know.
Well, we don't know yet. No, we don't know yet. No, wait. I don't know each other side is. We don't know it.
No, listen. They don't swear at me. When they don't swear at him, they don't take the oath of office. Now, that don't show say they don't take the oath of office for as the second time as president, right?
Okay, wait. Let's look at this other way. As it is now,
yes.
Remember say, in as much as they don't swear in, the court get the right for overturn that decision.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And normally we look at the negative part of the court. You know why? Normally they say you know the best finger where they feed you. And the way how
somebody said, listen. Somebody said I'm the president. I know they speak for nobody now. I'm the president no more.
Okay.
Yeah, carry on.
So as the things stand right now, they don't swear in. That's a reality. You know, that is why a lot of people in the vex we for certain things them. But I want to tell you, say not stress so much that you vex too much. Relax and take deep breath, drink water. Yeah, just listen no more. Now, because of the confusion we did, we don't know what thing will get for happen. We don't know. Because remember say some case them been in a court before the election, where the court been get plan and intention for delay. What thing make we see the case them fast track? Not to plenty meeting with the Chief Justice from the international community, as we can call them.
Yes.
So for now, I like the word for now. Don't use the word for now. Now we caretaker because they don't swear in. Yeah, until the court overturn that decision day. Because not to UNO, not to AUO, not to POO, not to then they overturn the decision. If they ever forget evidence to effects, then they take the evidence then they to the court. And then the court go use a discretion for overturn the decision or for maintain the decision of ECSL. So until we reach there, for now they don't swear in. Now caretaker.
Okay. It's just interesting, but people are the comment they go for me. Say, I say no one, I'm the president. They're not to them president. Not my president, not my president.
I know.
Alpha, are you president, not so president? Well, the fact is, okay, I don't get your point. And let me make something very important. Again, say the judiciary in Sierra Leone, most of them funding, they come out from the UNDP, United Nations Development Program. Most of them say they go employ more judges, and they go open court at the other side when on go before, then they change modes carry now and get new facilities and everything. Most of them they come out from the UNDP. They get UNDP justice sector. One of them most of the time they support with judiciary in Sierra Leone.
Correct.
That's a fact. So the international community can say, okay, if we not take this case serious, we not say we get all the tweets now.
With the whole funding, talk and trade. When mean say some of them judges then they salary where we see them they African Express they're not getting salary again. They go be need to take 3-4 months and they pay them.
Thank you. So then people say, okay, if we are not great to say the money where United Nations Development Program, Justice Sector Development they give now, we can just squeeze and small. So when I go for take this case serious. Of course, that's one aspect. Now, where necessary read the result. You say every salon person get it right
for going to court.
For going to court within 14 days. That is 2 weeks.
So, but wait, I noticed something from Corner where they get the results. I don't know if you noticed some. You know, say Corner not ever the blunder where they get the results, but that day he look blunder, but he look feel nervous.
Yeah.
He look mistake a lot. I don't know why.
Because you know what they do. You know they can do
but don't know that the anxiety.
Okay, anxiety, the body language, the facial expression, you know, the voice, you know this, all of them things that are really listening to person where actually they say something where you're confident about and where you're not confident about.
Yeah. So you see, so that are the thing. So you back to your point. Yeah, anybody who satisfied with the results, you can take the matter in a court. And the opposition already, even before self-and they don't issue press release, they don't accept the results. And now with all these international people, we don't talk. One person all day. The one they always monitor this election. One person all day. They cancel right next. I want to see the other press release.
Maybe we need for begin go inside it now and
of course
get some time.
So let people see the other press release.
And if that be the case, we bring camera inside as well. For let's can they with quickly and let we see waiting instead get for me.
Exactly.
All right, before they go to Mara, we just want for remind with people as right now we get 2,666 family members and we only get 661 likes. Please do not continue for like the program and sister had been don't put the link na the comments as we collaborate with TV Salon. Una go there now, the channel they on for make una go join that family house there because anything they do now, they go na that channel they na the same thing.
So
they do.
Alpha, tell me quickly what they do.
TV Salon, you can get we on all we channel them. We're on www.tvsalon.com. We're on YouTube TV Salon. We're on Facebook TV Salon, and also you can even download the app TV Salon on Android phone. And even iPhone and everything like that. So don't forget, say this program, we just look at the issues and for analyze what don't happen in the past couple of hours. And also for the give context, the election not done, but the way forward and we need for no. I need for no. Because no matter the Salon people are going to live with the consequences. And even as I talk, I just don't also share with you the Commonwealth. Let's say just don't issue them press release about the election. So like I say, and the person we sign him, na Professor Osimbajo, when are the former vice president of Nigeria. Then so just don't issue them press release about this election. Waiting then self-observe. So all the international community, and they already don't pull statements. Then nobody knows say this election is okay. Okay. So let's say the election peaceful, but they urge for full transparency. Because the election lack transparency. So all the one way no say Salon a part of Salon will benefit from something or whatever. They all nobody no come away go say the election is okay. Everybody don't raise serious concern. So when they talk, people in the future maybe will just want to talk. But so when I pull in up at the picture now and say, okay, let's just look at it from another perspective. And we in a small country, we need engagement versus isolation. You know, isolation versus engagement. We say in the whole meeting for make you day, or make them say no, you're not the car, or then do another invite you. Okay. Now somebody talk about say we're part of the UN Security Council. And the first time in over 50 years, then this don't happen. And what that they mean? For be a member of the UN Security Council, like you a background, wanna be the working in Senegal. This now 2015, 16, 17, wanna be the working in Senegal. Senegal now be a member of the UN Security Council, just like this non-permanent membership way Salon gets so. You know, when it comes on peacekeeping, now West Africa or now even Africa, and they take the lead. All the money will go for peacekeeping and everything, and then they take the lead, and they do negotiation, and then they do conflict mediation. Even that way that thing happen in Gambia. Now Senegal don't take the lead for make sure say then try for make peace and even go make clear Jamaica. All lands and they. That's the role. So now, let's say Salon, a member of the UN Security Council from West Africa. Then this thing don't happen, the election, they don't take the election. Now Salon and go talk, who's other countries? Like Liberia. Salon and go tell Liberia, George Weah.
And they get next election next.
Okay, they get election next year. Then President Bio and Salon and go tell George Weah.
George Weah do the right thing.
Say, we are Salon. Now they can represent the UN Security Council. When I need to make sure that this election free and fair, you over there. It go just turn so say.
And then say who is talking, John is say who's speaking.
or that amount now we other neighbor country. That's what the amount we just
Dumbuya.
Then Dumbuya, yes, you go say Dumbuya. No, I need for make election when the election will be fair and fair. Nobody know for we represent the US Security Council. Dumbuya go just say how they talk so.
And interestingly, if you say Dumbuya come for Kalanto and the last time Dumbuya come. Say Dumbuya Kalan. Anyway, let only do quickly and let's go on the line quick. On WhatsApp, let me join. Wait. Let me join and we coordinator, you know, we election coordinator. We they right with you on the line. And Edward, welcome.
Thank you very much and good evening.
All right. Edward, so let me look at the election. Generally, we don't report the election. We don't see ECSL don't announce the partial results and they don't announce the final results. But after the final results, we get a lot of concern then from observers, them including you. So far, from the very first the way we begin report on the election, till to today, waiting you on the observer as a journalist, we watch this election keenly.
Thank you very much. In the first place, like Riley mentioned, we've been playing a very critical role in these elections, and as coordinator. We had Salon TV and also now and then Media Empire will be able to deploy with reporters then all the political districts across the country and will be monitor the whole process. Me personally be able to visit Bombali, Konadugu, Falaba, and Kono district. So even most of the tally center there at regional level, I will also observe them process them there. What I would say at this point in time is the fact that the election by standard relatively it was to be one can describe and say it been peaceful, despite the fact that there are some kind of small jammers there and there with regards to some centers there where they say ballot papers do not be arrived on time. Some areas that again they say ballot papers have been there, but they feel say neck be the delay with the process in terms of starting on time. Some areas they again will be get concern of people caught by with ballot papers where they suspect say next up. They will also get instances like Bombali district where they also hold some personnel where they Alex say them don't do ballot stuffing. So these are some of the minor things there were things in the electoral process can be managed and controlled. But by and large, I can say the process was somehow peaceful. Coming to one of the critical area right now, the announcement, the partial announcement of results. On that very day, me personally been there right now, Makeni, who been in at the regional tally center, whilst the process been the go on, where them be try for tally the result them. When the 60% news become out, they don't announce 60% of the results. We've been getting incumbent a lead in the process. A lot of concern being come across the board, where many people then say, within a tally center, we can do inputs. Why is it that they don't go announce results of this the way we're not even aware of? We'll be seeing some delegation from the APC people with some political parties that would have been in at the center, would have raise their concern and they say then look disappointed that the 60% announcement don't come, but they not feel say the result captured and district them at all. They say and even if it captured and district, they mean things say they're supposed to forget a clue of their result and the result they made available to them through the RRI form, where in the normal procedure and the counting them for them be more open and transparent, but not be able to get access to the results before the time where the Electoral Commission have been make the announcement and they. So then the concern will be cut across the board, will be move around. Even when I go Kono, at the similar incident again, I've been meeting at Kono, where a lot of political parties then express concern, say the 60% when NEC commission have been announced, then say really not get any knowledge of, despite the fact that then party agents them and also observers then, they say they're not been getting access to the result and by international best practice, they're supposed to get access to all the result and they as political party agents they would then them tally center then they and also the observers then together with the media and everybody when are stakeholders in the electoral process, they're supposed to get access to the result and they even before then they announce them because now from there the result they come on, if we can at the national to the Chief Electoral Commissioner for be announced. So some of them concerns then they become out very clearly.
Okay, so we don't see now how the results don't end. We don't see them don't swear in Marabio as a caretaker again. They don't give them the mandate, but still the international community they demand that the ECSL bring out or they release the data, they result them by polling stations. This just similar to that of the data where you get for do with the names of the voters, then where the opposition may they ask for in the beginning. Now, the international community, they ask for that register, but they ask for results by polling station. What's implication with this mean? Or you think in the first place, CONEG will release the results by polling station, taking into consideration where we don't tell people and say nobody will allow for auditing system.
Well, this is a very crucial moment and a very critical what they talk about with democratic process. Mind you, Sierra Leone, despite the fact that we're a sovereign state, we are also part of the global village. We are part of the global community. And if you look at the electoral process in this country, since we've been get multi-party democracy, the European Union, the US, and then other international body, ECOWAS, AU, they all don't play a very crucial role for make sure say the support to electoral process. We see in 1996 the EU be very much involved into the election. The 2002, 2007, 2012, 2018, and up to this moment, they're very much involved. So sometimes, they say they put the more to say money day. And for the EU at this point in time, they think say they get right for put the more to say the money day because they also provide a huge support. Even we campaign the issue of civil society. Many of the civil societies, the way they observe this election, they also been get funding from the EU, over $1 million where they give out to the civil society organizations, to some of the civil society organizations that Sierra Leone, just for this electoral process. They also support slide to other bodies there for make sure say they play their constitutional role so that they will get a free, fair, and credible election. So they're very much concerned that today I read a press release with them shout today with 8th of June 2023, where the EU they call for they call on NEC for promptly and I want to underline that word, they promptly, they say let them promptly publish the integrated result data where they are then they call on ECSL standing them for doing at polling centers, by polling centers, where I think say by international best practice, international standard, that is the rules and that is the best way, because some of us don't observe elections. They're not only Sierra Leone, but to observe elections. There are many countries there, and I think say when elections then they come out right from the polling center, the result then they begin generate from the polling centers. That's why the more reason then they use the RRA form, where in one of the accompanying evidences then and they also say that particular station, this now the results will be commodity. Take on to the talent center now, take to the announcement of the final result. These are the process, the way every the international observers, local observers, the media, now they begin follow the result. And that's where the credibility of the result they start. And then when it comes about the counting process now, as long as you don't come on out from the police center, everybody don't get the result from the police center, then they take on to the time now we said that they do the final call it, the result and the final announcement. Almost we don't get a clear idea of waiting now the results from them centers then they to the regional level to the national level, which of course may not be the procedure. But in this case, I think that was missing, and that's now the EU. They say whilst they acknowledge the fact say the election was relatively peaceful, but they also get concerned about the issue of transparency, and then the transparency. Not only the European Union they emphasize on that the tallying announcement of the results. They say then there's a kind of lack of transparency in the process. Where then the call say they need to get a proper auditing of that in the sense that they want the ECSL to come out for publicly publish the polling centers, then they resolve them.
We actually want to talk about state capture in this election. The media, and the independent institutions, them including CSOs, them all will monitor the election. But please hold on. Let me just remind you, say you watch TV Salon, TVS, on YouTube, Facebook, and the other social media handle. You watch Weird now YouTube and on Facebook. And right now on Weird, Alpha, you follow TV Salon right now?
TV Salon will get about close to 1,000 on YouTube.
Okay,
and we website.
All right, great. So I would encourage you for like the page on TV Salon, and on Facebook, YouTube. We are on YouTube. We get 2,770 where they watch with 820 where don't like. Please don't forget for like, not for help we like the program, and that's the motivate me more for how they do more for you. And on Facebook, you get 1,700 where they watch with 1,357. We don't like them. Okay, so if you not subscribe it, especially for you within Facebook right now where they watch we they encourage you for come over to Facebook for let you actually come and like and subscribe to the page. You know why? Because most time we not can come and broadcast na Facebook because of load and other emergency we can come up. But YouTube every other time we come there with information them and other posting them. So please come over to YouTube now and subscribe to We Are na YouTube as we get 81,858. Let's just go check and see if nothing no add. Okay, 81,860 on YouTube right now. If you can watch over to Bible rate 98, Bible rate you are up small bit. Yes, 98, you will see say the 81,869 the right now. So thank you and welcome to the latest family members. And please, you in Facebook, come over, can subscribe, turn on the notification bell. You are watching right now on YouTube, we're not subscribed yet, please consider for do so and turn on the notification bell as more updates on the election analysis and other things then. Some people not going like the way they analyze the things then, but we just make sure we analyze how the things then come up. And on TVS alone, please, we get a target as well for each 5,000, if not 10,000 before the election they come to an end. And we want for each 100,000. So we get 2,000 if all of the one in there right now subscribe to we actually get a lot number where we go every other day. So Mara, I want to talk about the media particularly because we find out apart from the international community, the way the Tawa say the Electoral Commission for do this and other things then. Now only new National Elections Watch we see don't Tawa say the things that where they go on at the election are correct. In fact, they don't go on and publish the data where they show say the election for good enough. And we even listen after maybe we can listen to the Carter Center and then we come again. Let's ask you this question: the media, whose role you feel say them for play in all of this? Because like they're totally quiet. And I can make reference to this. The Salon Association of Journalists get one system where they call I-Verify. Alpha, you get that you know of that?
Yes, of course.
And I-Verify, what do me find out? I find out say even the I-Verify na slash, they go against some evidence them where the opposition gets. For example, the opposition then pull some ID cards them where they snap and say underage picking and day na the voter register where they send out. You know, the pictures, the world, they see the pictures them, and then Richard Conte come, he display the voter register, and he tell me exactly who side they picking and they register, and the number, the center who side they register, it show me all of them things in there. But under the I-Verify, now the / Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, the I-Verify, they say that in a fake information. So, Mara, what do you make of this? Now, you and Alpha give this because una also na journalists and una the series. How / or a journalist they debunk, evidence of the opposition party? Mara.
Well, in my honest opinion, I think I have to say this maybe for the second time on international media because some time ago, I also been get opportunity to be interviewed for one of the international media. We've been to look at the role of the media in the electoral process. And I think the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, with all due respect to the current executive, some of us were very much disappointed. I'm disappointed not only as a journalist, but also as a Sierra Leonean, and also more importantly, a former executive member of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists in 1996, not to even the Umuru Fupana or the Kelvin Lewis or the Monk executive, but I was part of the IB Kagbo-led executive, although this was something like over 15 to 16 years ago. Mm-hmm. But I have to say this, that it seems that the media has been captured in the sense that we are beginning to lose focus and we don't even begin lose away from our professional responsibility. In an election like this, I didn't have the official WhatsApp group. And yesterday, I almost shed tears in the sense that we are in a very critical elections. Issues like this are coming up. If you go to the Slash forum right now, all what you see the now football and they discuss the, we're in a critical election period. But football is being discussed in our main forum. Nobody's talking about the election. Nobody's talking about what is going on. Nobody's talking about the issues coming up. Nobody's coming out to make analysis out of those issues, so that we can able the media, we have a responsibility in a democracy to set the political agenda for our political parties and also for our country. In a democracy like this, the media get the role for hold, democratic institutions accountable also. We don't see how this election don't begin, and we say we did elect today. But I tell you, say, when an organization begin to focus on donor money, and it tells you that they are more focused now on the small money where the donor community and they get as a way of project rather than performing their constitutional responsibility. So I have to say this, that I'm disappointed in Sludge in all of this. And beyond that, I must also say that with the current development where they take place so now, the media gets a very crucial role now for play. Sometimes when we look at the other countries, then like Ghana, when it comes about election, they see the Ghanaian media, they set the political agenda for the political leadership and political parties. And the media, they come out and properly scrutinize. Let's look at how this election may go on the campaign itself, both the opposition on and the ruling government. If you look at the SLPP manifesto and the APC manifesto, those two manifestos were not properly scrutinized by the media. We get to a point that when the campaign began going to almost to the second to the final week of the elections now, we find out both political parties, they shift away from their manifesto, that they've been going now into petty personal issues, which are not even worth discussing, as a country. And the media are not even able to draw the attention of the political leadership in the country, both from the opposition and the government, that look, you guys have presented to us a manifesto. Let us look at those manifestos and let we discuss the manifestos. Then they are not things that they happen at all. And even some of us right now being a few of the critical voices in the media, we have had instances in the current media Nasalo that some media houses that then they shut door on us because they think that we are very critical in our analysis and on issues of what happen at the country. I have more of those institutions that I can name, but I will leave that for another day. But okay. If we as a media begin to look at ourselves, and that way they say no, look at things and allow the politicians that play. Then we play with the future of the country. We also play with the future of the generation yet unborn.
All right.
And when we talk about democracy, there will never be democracy without the media. The media has a major role to play in the democratic process.
Alpha, Yusuf now member of Sludge, and Yusuf now journalist. What do you make up of, all of the things that we add on try for highlight and the role way the media they play right now?
So, very important. First, I make a clarification. I've been say 14 days. Now, sorry, I forget. Now 7 days. Anybody will not agree with the elections in 7 days' time, if we're able to get the matter in a court. Not to 14 days. Now forget. I'll just clear that. My person not go begin run with and just now say, look at missing poor people. Now 7 days, not to 14 days. That's correct. That. Now that comes to the issue we ask about. With all due respect, yeah, of course, me as Sludge member, and I appreciate a lot of colleagues that you and they do, or some of them tighten up. And Sludge, I verify. I think they actually try, to be honest, try to verify some information. Yeah. Like where person gives something when I fake, and they kind of say fake, not true. Sometimes they say unverify. They'll say sometimes they have true information, but they're not able to verify, and they say unverify. And I remember some months back, Chairman of Africanist Press been get some issues with Sludge I verified. He talked about this all talked about issue of the Salon Chancery building in New York, where they try to follow up on that story, they will say unverified. So I think Chairman will not be happy with that. He said maybe therefore don't say no more, they're not able to conclude the investigation, but not to say because they don't see the facts, they don't only document at the hand, therefore say unverified. So I think so something in the way they say they're not able to verify. And but in the way problem they happen, you're not going able to verify because they go ask the person will tell you say a lie. Or if I ask him about document, he will tell you say no, the document not there. But I think the intention is good, and at some point and try for debunk a lot of fake news with some politicians they say. Because like I tell you one example, one time the way I think Victor Fosse, the education as a law right now, it better pass the one at Ghana and even Singapore or something. They say as not true. So then try in their own way. The only thing they get their own limit, funding, for go deeper for investigate, because some issues that they hide the investigator for like get all the facts. You need money, they don't get money for fly people and for go other country for go investigate for try for prove. So they say they are constrained in a way. But the general media landscape, of course, na Salone, I think a lot of issues then today. Now I bring you back to the reports where the European Union do. They talk about media poverty. Say Salone poor pass mark na the media. It is a fact. Media poverty. Who that then get all the contracts? Who that then get all the money they forgive? Not only government, the other organization, they don't get much. And even the other organization, the government they able to tell us, hey,
I'll break you there quickly. Sorry. And
okay.
For long term, I know they reply to people them, but I see say this post here a full pass anybody who don't sabi on this platform. When NDRK, please let's just handle this thing quickly. The man don't tell you say 14 days, then later he come and tell you say 7 days. You not pick him up a correct information, then you say it misinform people them. Very full. Very full. Imagine if the man not been correct and I wait you for go tell and now next thing. I think say that the last person I will reply to. I know they reply to nobody again. Continue. Sorry about that.
Thank you so much. Let come back to my point. When the EU be talk about media capture, they talk about media poverty, how the media in Salone is so poor. So because of that, political parties and the government and they misuse the media. And I don't see it clearly in this election. They're not going to lie for you. Money, resources, and they even talk about how people are not regulate how they spend money in a party policy. For example, now in America, if you say you're a presidential candidate, they go for ask you what's the money where they put for spend per your campaign. And they check you what's that money they come on. Say today Donald Trump gets some issues that we no able answer. Say some money then they will spend per in campaign, no able to tell people what's that money they come on. But Salone, we not get away. The people that can't give them money and just they spend and go away.
Interestingly, the PPRT is supposed to do that.
Of course.
But they're not getting the capacity to do that.
Thank you. Now, let's come to the bigger picture of the media in Sierra Leone. If the media poor, it means everybody they link with whether if it's a promoter and even the government of the day. And this they bring me to the point of the presidential debate we'll be getting in 2018. 2018, all the media there, they all made a shout, including AYV, Tima before, then bring the Sierra do presidential debates. Bring Samura Kamara, bring Julius Madabio, they can debate the people like Axe and Koshe, been all over, everybody selling a manifesto and all of that. The election come, President Bio win, they don't do in 5 years. This year, you heard anybody talk about presidential debates?
Yes, I've been seeing a paper coming soon. Coming soon.
Coming soon.
Coming
so
soon.
After the coming,
say the election done, it not come.
What happens next?
Coming soon. Okay, so
Yeah,
if that's
coming
the case, let's just move on a bit from that. Coming soon to season.
So,
yes,
Mara. Go on, Mara.
Yes, Alpha make a very salient point on this issue of media poverty. Recently, we had this media investment conference, and throughout that conference, we tried to talk about the challenges where the media they face and all that. But I can tell you, media poverty, yes. But again, journalism na a noble profession. Now we are the fourth arm of government. We mean say we have our own, constitutional responsibility to perform to our people. Sometimes the poverty is there. But again, yes, I will agree with him that poverty don't overtake the media in Sierra Leone. That's the more reason. Currently, if you see how the media they report, in terms of media reporting, every media house right now, they are aligned to a political party or a particular politician. So even some media houses, the politician and they determine the editorial policy of that newspaper or that radio station, because the radio station is being financed and then by a politician, or the particular newspaper is being financed by a particular political party or a particular politician. So when you look at that kind of situation, they find out the media are not able to perform its responsibility again of holding public officials accountable, when it comes about accountability. Even right now, we see, even right now, say, if you watch sometimes, if you watch social Slack forum, if you follow Slack forum, if you see how colleagues then they go after each other because they think that oh, which side they eat, so me come to one can begin poil the, for let them young party kind of power or that one and then the opposition lot try for pulling away then they inside because of this idea now where the non begin appoint some of our colleagues as press attaché and all that people don't begin feel the powers that the powers and the facilities the politicians then they enjoy. So then say don't begin enjoy them facility then they. So some of them they have become now more politically drunk. They can't even talk about journalism and ethics anymore. They now talk as politicians, and now they use more of political language than journalistic language. So the poverty has gripped the media in Sierra Leone, and the more the reason that the politicians they don't take advantage of that, they are now using the media, they are abusing the media. In some cases, they have dumped the media because we have seen newspapers that were financed by politicians. They were used, misused, abused, and dumped at the end of the day. But some, as I talk to you now, some of them newspapers, then they are not in existence anymore. They will not say again, politicians behind the scene, they don't support some journalists, they are being financed, they don't operate on the newspaper, they are currently, surviving. But the moment where some of them politicians, they either they are start from their office or they
not forget Alpha and Mara. Una not forget a bad law from the Independent Media Commission, IMC, where every year, Mara you operate newspaper, every year una for they make sure say una renew una license. And before they renew una license, then get from satisfy say una actually they do the right thing. And in the present day, waiting at the right thing. Now only who that they support the government and then constant for be the right thing. If you give voice to the opposition so much that the government feel offended, of course you go down.
Yeah, I agree with you in the sense that recently I've been to talk to a colleague where we don't apply for a radio license over 2 years ago. And because it was then view that colleague they maybe to be coming from the opposition point of view or people and passive and say now from the opposition journalists and so and somebody else we just apply within a month then get the license they start for operate and currently the station the broadcast. So we don't begin even see the vastness of some of these institutions when it comes about
a simple example, Mara. For example, there is a radio station at the east of Freetown where a lot of people they complain about. The IMC go play plots them, then they left them again. And that radio station, according to people, them where me not listen one day, they say they create problem for the people in that country. I don't know if that justice or so. I can't remember the name as well. But say now, because some people allege say that the Minister of Information get them.
Well, sometimes I share my own personal experience with IMC, which I've raised with some of the commissioners them before this time. IMC now one of the institutions where me personally I don't win case na IMC twice and nobody compensated me, But this are the very IMC. If you, for example, then care on Mara go na IMC, they investigated on Mara and find me wanting, they are asked, then they find me 3 ways. They go tell me, they go find me for pay, certain amount, maybe minimum 5 million loans and above according to the current IMC Act. Again, they go tell me say I for write a letter of apology to the person where can me go for apologize to them. And thirdly, they go tell me say I for retract the story. But if not the other way around, then Edward Mara win somebody in the IMC. No go tell the person for compensate Edward Mara. No go tell the person for write the letter of apology to Edward Mara. No go tell the person, like you look at the IMC sometimes, you look at say the IMC is not being fair to the media. This is my own view, this is my own opinion on the operations of the IMC. And I don't raise this with some of the commissioners that it's high time we also come now and begin for review the IMC Act. For example, if me win a case na IMC, I should be properly compensated. But many times when the journalists don't win a case na IMC, they will just say, okay, this is the end of the matter, and the journalist is just, they will just let it go, in peace. Otherwise, nobody will even come back to say sorry to you for even wasting your time to come to the commission. So many of them think we need an overhaul into the operations of some of them democratic institutions there, and properly help let them for enhance the independence irrespective of which political party is in power. What's in the affect you right now currently, even with this type of struggle with democracy, our democratic institutions are not living up to expectation. We expect them to be independent. We expect them to be transparent. We expect them to be accountable to the people of Sierra Leone. Because all of those democratic institutions are the taxpayers' money. It is our money. Now, money we pay them every month. Which means that they have to be accountable to the people of Sierra Leone.
Yeah, Mr. Ma, you expect the Human Rights Commission of Salone go pull reports for Salone human rights, then they are back a clean human rights record, like say nothing happen. Like say Salone, they do well in human rights and everything, something like that. I was like, really? The Human Rights Commission of Salone, they go give a clean record of human rights as far as Salone concerned, with all what they happen so. So these are the things when we talk about democratic.
All right, so I'll beg for Oluna quickly, and I want for Tekuna quickly because we don't hit the time. Let's take to this Kata Center the own issue quickly, and let me listen to the interview where they do with the boss for the mission na Sierra Leone we can call we had, as we talk on the election. Please now listen to this BBC interview with Kata Center with the Kabak Gist now.
Julius Madabio another 5-year term in office. The Electoral Commission said that he got 56% vote, while his main rival, Samura Kamara, got. Now, Mr. Kamara has rejected that result, saying the counting program to former U.S. Ambassador Cameron Hume, who has been leading the Qatar Center Observation Delegation. The center has been observing elections in Sierra Leone for kids now, and they had election observers in all 16 district elections. Welcome to the program, Ambassador Hume. Lovely to have you on. Are your observers who are in the country, what are the conclusions of the process of this election?
First of all, good morning. Went to a lot of the polling stations, and I would say that, given the difficulty of organizing elections, the mood of the people was good. There was a big commitment to vote and show up, and the people who worked at the polling stations seemed to do a good job. The questions that we had really relate to how they were counted. And in that case, this was done at separate centers. We were not convinced that the integrity of the process was maintained through all stages.
And can you elaborate on what you mean by that the integrity was not maintained throughout?
Sure, there were boxes of ballots that came in from the polling stations where the seals had been broken. Is a visual example. Also, there had been an agreement to project on a wall the data as it was entered, so that everybody in the room, all of the observers, including of the political parties, could see that it was being done and track it. And in none of the tabulation centers were the results projected on the wall. So, we don't know what was done, but it raised doubts.
In your report published yesterday, say that 93% of the polling stations monitored were either good or very good. That sounds positive, but yet you're talking about broken seals and how some of the integrity was not maintained.
Well, it's a whole chain of confidence you need, which begins at the way the election is conducted, the campaigns are done, then the way the votes are cast, and then the final stage is how the ballots are counted so that the results actually reflect the will of the people. And it was at the last stage that the link of confidence, I think, was damaged.
How do you compare what you've seen now compared to when the Carter Center first started having observers in the country for elections 21 years ago after the Civil War?
Yeah, I know that the elections were more difficult to conduct then, but I'm a little hesitant to compare because I wasn't here at the time.
And what do you make of what the opposition leader has been saying? Mr. Kamara says he's rejected this result.
Well, I'm not surprised. He's been complaining about how the results were announced and how they were arrived at. I think the question is, what happens now? And an election should represent the will of the people. And the difficulty in the way that this voting process was completed is that there's not full confidence in how the will of the people was registered.
So we've been getting a lot of comments on these elections and the result. We have one who did not give us their names, unfortunately, saying that the victory of Madabio is a victory for every Sierra Leonean. Therefore, it's high time that we come together to work for the good of every Sierra Leonean. Clearly, this is a Sierra Leonean giving us their views. Was this a victory for the Sierra Leonean people in your view?
Well, that's going forward. I really don't want to speculate on that. I wish them the best. We don't know. I would point out what we don't know. It's not that we know that Kamara did better. It's that the results are somewhat uncertain because of flaws in how the ballots were counted.
All right, Ambassador Hume, thank you so much for coming onto the program. Former U.S. Ambassador Hume, who's been leading the Carter Center Observation Delegation for the Sierra Leonean elections.
Okay, so you see, a lot of things then come out of this particular thing. If I take them from the back, where a lot of people then get interest on, Samuel Kamara did better. It did better. That means it do pass with them see now the public. Lack of transparency, then damage the process with that the last part of the game where they not let people able to understand what and they do like they just and go like in a secret society, all of these things. Then what do you make up of this?
So definitely, first, to be honest, I'm not be no say even Carter Center, the post where they head, then observer mission, a former U.S. ambassador. That I will tell you the kind of high profile, like I say, high profile people that we go monitor elections. So even the Carter Center, and now they know, you cannot be no say the post we head now a former U.S. ambassador. Know what it mean? Now the U.S. they make you even a U.S. ambassador. So and the thing that we talk about broken seals. How you go don't do election where they don't say they don't lock this, they don't lock all man. Remember, whenever they do election, where they don't lock all man they take the seal. All man they take the number of the seal. The agents, the observers, they take the seal number, they write on a paper. When they don't write on a paper, then lock the box. That seal, when they go back na the neck then warehouse, then they go check back a number there for look, say that number when they lock with that seal at the same number 90 So now the U.S. ambassador, former U.S. ambassador, we had the Carter Center, they talk about broken seals. So which means some box and they wait and carry and go. The seals are not broken.
The thing where they lock out, it's don't broke.
Yeah, they don't lost. Yeah, they don't cut her. So and that don't forbid the case. International best practices in elections, we don't unlock that box and take that number there. That serial code. Like I say, even American recently, the midterm election. I work as an election staff. Even at some point, one problem in one county, I be one of the staff that we then call for go recount. Imagine something be happen. Now been just 5 votes. Weird. Now been just 5 votes different. Wow. 5 votes.
5.
And they say 5, only 5 votes. Now then pick them up. Now they say, we need staff that we for go recount that entire county there, Montgomery County. I be one of the staff. When we go do that recount, just for 5, we spend a whole day for recount everything
manually.
For make sure say there's manually open the box one after the other manually because somebody be raised and say me not satisfied. That 5 votes the one no waiting. Now before governor election, bruh. Now we go recount. We trace we catch that 5 votes waiting really happen. Then the people will be satisfied. So this have been just 5 votes now a whole county. Oh, spend a whole day. So now the U.S. ambassador, former U.S. ambassador, where the Carter Center they say broken seals, we then unlock the box and now we then go and now we then go the thing don't cut. You talk about even if I project the data. I said they all be don't agree say and they project the data. So people they see the data they can inside. And people they do the election for district level. In order they and even the issue where be asked my register. Normally people in the votes, when they know them count them post and they even at school, when they don't do them post and they but they not do it. So now I make it a say when the EU when they say then call for say them for need for go post even this local council now all they say them for post outside people are able to go verify. So this not only the issue when they talk about say the international community this and that. You see what don't cause we country. And we see the international community don't hold up when they so pam, my brother. And nobody not lie per we. Person can't self now, they hope for this government can't lie, just a lie. The international community, they know they come up behind themselves. Well, don't hold on this particular point. So say the election again, irregularities, it lack transparency. And even when I ask and say, what do you think about the opposition leader in concern? You hear say, he say, no surprise. He say, no surprise that the opposition leader they raise concerns, which means himself aligned.
Because if they don't be against them and other things,
course.
people don't notice
Yeah.
that.
He say, no surprise. And I even ask and say, people and say the winner of Mother Biona, the winner of the Sierra Leonean people. What do you think? Now I say, well, he not go and comment more on that. He just feel say no more. Election for be something, wait for whole lot outside. But then issues there. He say, and they're not the one talk about say the opposition leader win or not. The only thing, they want the team be free and fair, let it be open up.
They just want for verify the result.
Exactly, for verify say this time
everybody satisfied.
Yeah.
Not who that win they concern about, but whether the process free and fair.
Exactly. So he said that line the issue. So these are the issues. So we possibly go and lie and say, oh, this and that.
So knock out Mara inside quickly before we allow Mara for go, because in the line and it hit a lot of units. Yes, Mara, what do you make up of this BBC interview with the Carter Center?
Well, when you listen, you follow the Carter Center, the press release, EU press release, the USA, UK, and the United Kingdom, United States, German, and the Irish Island, all of them, what he summarize all the institution and the press release, now the issue of transparency, now that the key, now the process, because they're not too care about who they get for win, but they just believe say the transparency process will lead to a credible election, and when that happens, eventually they will get a president elect. We will reflect the will of the people, because everybody will not be satisfied that the process was transparent. They all try for tailor the press release around that issue day where it cut across, and even like we look at the EU, some area where the EU the same. They say the statistical inconsistency also been there with regards to the first and the second announcement of the results in terms of the data. So all of that and the transparency in an electoral process is very key, because it help, well, even help the NEC, and also whosoever they announce as the winner, like they announced President Biona, that people will feel satisfied, say yes, indeed, this process was transparent because all the procedures were followed. Like he rightly mentioned, for some of us who don't observe both local and international elections, right from the voting, center, polling center, then could count, then get the RI form, then everybody they take the results of that center, the party agents, observers, and also the next staff, everybody will get the record. From there, every step where that result they move, people then they follow them to the final counting process. From there, the tallying process to the announcement of the result. So all of those things, these are the transparency way the international observers then emphasize on, and also new also now that process, now that aspect, the new also the hold on to say, the process was not transparent with regards to the counting of the result. So it's a very serious concern for we country, and moving forward with democratic process, we have to learn in all of this. Sierra Leone cannot continue to be left behind. We come at the issue of governance. For able to get an effective governance, we need institutions, then they let them rise up to the occasion, do the right thing, follow procedures and processes, so that at the end of the day, everything we get for come out, it will be a reflection of the will of the people. So that's my own view on this, and I think.
Okay. So, Edward, I'll ask you one last question before you go, and this gets to do with a tweet from Alfred Peter Conte. We now the former ITGC, Edman. This now waiting Alfred Peter Conte income and tweet. Please, I want to let you listen to this, and I won't forget your honest opinion on this one. Yeah. and as well Alpha and the Bible. I will need for a get on a take on this particular one. Alfred Peter Conte on Twitter saying, congratulations to HE President Julius Maada Bio on your re-election mandate. I wish you God's wisdom to govern the affairs of Sierra Leone in prosperity. I join the international community in giving kudos to the ECSL for executing their work satisfactorily. Long live Salon. So listen this thing. I underline few words then from this particular thing. Number one, it say in the join the international community them for make them say kudos to the ECSL and for the kind satisfactory work we them do. Alfred Peter Conte, they live in a salon, they live on Earth, or they live on space?
Well, you know, in the first place, I want to say Alfred is just a citizen of Sierra Leone. Maybe in tweets, it be in your personal opinion, and then nobody takes that from him. Then on your constitutional right,
yes,
you know, to congratulate His Excellency the President. Maybe the only area I go on for disagree a bit is the fact that the issue of the international community, because for the rest of the day, yesterday and today, I don't go through many forums. I don't go through many websites. You know, embassies and because almost most of the embassies then at the country and also our development partners, I not see anybody yet to don't come out and send a tweet of congratulations to the presidential election. So I think on the issue of joining the international community, especially so the one themselves so far we don't come up with a statement. I not see anybody don't so far come out, publicly, either through tweet or even through a press release or through a congratulatory message, for congratulate, the president-elect. So I think, say, in his own view as an individual, he has right to that. But again, on just like they talk for other people now, I think that's where he got it wrong.
All right, thank you very much, Mara, for your journey. We'll continue for the get you, whatever they get to know, things that way they go on with regards updated information on the electoral process inside the country. Remember, say, you get for a look at the pre, during, and then the post. Thank you. God bless you. Get yourself a good night.
Thank you very much.
All right, Dana Edward. Like how it's Bible quickly. Bible, before I count Alpha. At least ITGC, former ITGC chairman, as far as I'm concerned, in a still ITGC chairman, don't congratulate Maada Bio. What do you make up of this?
The congratulation message for Alfred Peter Conte, it make me day when I say I'm alive. But in a more serious note, plenty of people have been know what's the mission of Alfred Peter Conte, together with other people where they say then they be them. Yeah. So if Alfred Peter Conte see Geopolitical for succeed for rig this election and gain victory like this, I think the victory it go as well to Alfred Peter Conte. Because now this angle Alfred Peter Conte be try for run into as plenty a message that they come say that they allege say in a being chachad mercenary for Geopolitical for see the way how in go able for destroy the APC, so Geopolitical they still maintain this enforceful leadership presidency way you want for be now the country. And today don't come to pass. They all don't succeed. So me not a surprise for see Alfred Peter Conte come up with a message like this. Maybe even the one the way they be them, they go want to do something like this, but sometimes they shame. But Alfred Peter Conte now, I don't know the name way I forget him. In a person not care but himself, you know, care about nothing we concern shame or credibility. So me not a surprise to me. I don't know for Alpha.
Like I say, for congratulate the president, thing we can do. But normally, we big man, they also they say lie, especially in a world where we get fact checkers, we get a lot of things. Standing and thinking so torment me. Like right now, they are not sabi you lie per person. Like I tell you, I not sabi this. But for letting come and say for join the international community, who's the international community where you join?
Yeah, forgive kudos, forgive thumbs up to the ECSL for a satisfactory work well done.
So who's international community where they join?
Alfred and America. No wait, America, Africa. Alfred and America.
Yeah, international friends them.
Yes, international.
So America they ask who's one way they join because they talk to you right now. Same way the condemnation and just they come in. Right now, even the US Senate Committee on International Relations, I just want to send that for you. The UN, I just want to send that just now. If you check your WhatsApp, they see the tweet from the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. Okay.
Yeah.
Where they say resolving electoral disputes through constitutional and legal processes as opposed to violence, blah blah blah. And also don't send another tweet where they say the US Embassy writes the elections get some issues and they really want to look into them. So as the thing, that's not more the thing they go and all over. So me, I don't know what things Peter they talk about international. I make I say I don't know what they talk about international community. I don't know if not different international community in they talk about.
And the right joint press conference as well, where now from the states, UK, US, Ireland, Germany, France, European delegation, they all call for this transparency in the process. That is to say, they want them for them publish the results by polling stations. So this, none of them, all of them don't refuse for say, thank you very much, congratulations.
Thank you. So definitely, like I say, so I don't know what Peter content they talk about.
My friends them, yeah, friends the international friends them. Hey boy, yourself Alpha, what's happened?
So then I will just tell you, say, actually, I just see another tweet where even somebody just.
But wait to Alpha. Let me be fair in this case. We see one person don't congratulate, Marabio.
Yes.
the Turkish, yes, they're from Turkey.
Yeah, well, say Turkey, then country the way always probably then country then well, that's the reality of things. And then country then maybe we'll go for to do business with because we don't see where Turkey they don't go give them one whole airport. They don't go give them one whole airport for my so you can understand. No, look at it.
They want to maintain the relationship.
Thank you. Look at the whole airports where they don't go give Turkey for manage. So Turkey gets an interest in Sierra Leone right now. Because this government don't give them a big contract of building or refurbishing the airport. Right now, they manage the airport. And they
But you get another one as well. We don't congratulate them.
Yeah.
When Umaru Sissoko.
Yeah, and Guinea-Bissau.
Yes.
Guinea-Bissau. Now one of the most corrupt countries in West Africa.
Okay, so let me give a background for Guinea-Bissau. During the August 10 incidents in the country, this is not the person who come and can not the only person this way come and can talk about the August 10 issue where condemn the people and praise support caretaker bill, for that particular issue they will be happen. It was the only president will come and visit, So of course, if we see a rush for tell thank you and congratulate President Bio and for a resounding victory, that's what he call him, So it's not surprising.
So Nagande, and somebody just recommend sanctions actually. We Mr. Senogo wants for people la go to and this now based in New York, a founder and a political advocate. Okay, a tweet I go read and quickly I go send them to you. It's on June 24. Okay, a tweet where the Bureau of African Affairs talk about then INSEF right. It's a concern about the Carter Center's report on flawed election in Sierra Leone, urging the State Department and Senate Foreign Committee to consider targeted sanctions and pause in funding supporting those threatening democracy and stand with the people of Sierra Leone. Last enough for you. In the New York and one of the democracy champions where they push for democracy in Africa and funding, and INSEF don't say, I don't go a step forward. I don't send for you the tweet. Where they say they recommend for sanctions. Where Mr. Seno go unless I don't reach to that level there. Because if that they happen, people will suffer too much, go fine. So then for telling no more say when Peter Conte they say, oh, they join the international community. Which one? Even the mission in Salon, the embassy in Salon, nobody say it when they tweet congratulate President Bio.
Not even the African embassy. None.
Yeah, none. Nobody no tweets. Even sorry when they say congratulations to the president-elect from the US Embassy. Congratulations from the UK High Commission in Sierra Leone. Congratulations from nobody, nothing.
Not even a young good friend we come for land from and win a Guinea.
Yeah.
Not even George Oponwea.
So what you go tell me about? People, let not be blinded to the realities. Sierra Leone, we need partners. And international community get a lot of free for so far. Then get the power, then get the mean, then get the money, then get all the influence. But this, today when they discuss in our forum, I talk and say, I say some man and don't know it's the problem of this. Anybody will come for support this, it go feel the hand of the international community. Trust me. You go and go work here a family, you go work in UK, or go Belgium, or go America, or go for visa and not give you. And when they tell you the reasons, they don't give you no more. Then go make a secret list, now blacklist some people. And America said they don't tell you. Quick so they don't make a list. Put all the name and the organization and say, yeah, I don't blacklist you now. Non-pound they go now country. You know, you go apply for phone, or they give you. You go apply visa for car, or they give you. Quick, and not they tell themselves, America, quick, and they don't make blacklist. So when they go now for go take visa, you want travel, or you get your small organization, civil society, or media, you go ask for money, say, I want to go do XYZ, then say, I want to connive for thief the election of the people in us alone. They know they give you. So let nobody not lie by you this begin play politics around that. Anybody wait him up or stand in the will of the people, like how the international community don't capture this information, say this thing all right. Trust me, anybody it go feel the cane of the international bodies. That's a reality. You get a small NGO as alone, you need small money for like function. Where go write for money for say I want to go do XYZ, then say they know they give. That's a way they thief the election as alone. You know, not do the right thing for make the right thing be done. So how your organization go function? You know, civil society need money for make you pay your staff for buy motor car and make this and make you program. Where go write project now? Now Washington or New York or London.
They go to the government say fund them.
Yes, they look at them more than just throw it at the corner and say, "Boy, I don't mean now." That's civil society and that's what they do. Where they thief the election as alone, nobody not get mind to. So everybody right now where they follow this program, be mindful because this it gets a ripple effect. Trust me. And this is not about, with always the up right now, so Mr. Mara say, and that's the fact, nobody no ever come. Nobody, both national and international, for say the elections is okay. Everybody is consistent.
And now the worst of it, they're all the joint press conference.
Joint press conference. And they sign everybody, and they all retweet.
And nothing happens so no more.
Yes. They all retweet them. See, I mean, they go through even the US embassy, sorry, the EU and diplomatic missions, they don't retweet that press release. The German embassy in Asalo.
So like all over the world, they retweet.
All. Yeah, the German embassy, they retweet. The Ireland government, they retweet. The UK government,
so now look at
the
what
US
this mean for retweet, for tweet again. Because for some people, this not just Boku talk. You know, they will not care a sovereign state. Yeah, we're in a sovereign state. But for letting they retweet this, it means say it add to your bad record in the world.
Well, this okay, for we will do communications. Somebody in your official Twitter account, like let's say the US government, then Twitter communication handle are one of the main key when they communicate to the world.
In other words, not the mouthpiece.
Not the mouthpiece. And that information they go out. I work for a US agency, government agency as a communication.
A lot of departments they verify them.
Yes, a lot of the departments. They know they send tweets. No more anybody, no more they send tweets. No. When they say go draft that tweet, that message for them go out. Where do they send them through your line manager, your supervisor? Supervisor, they vouch for the language. You read them. If it's something saying they were not clear, it's send them to the other posse up. Posse they were responsible.
Including the legal department.
Of course. The legal and the public affairs unit and department. And then they go find out and say, okay, let them push them out and push them out. So anything where you see any foreign embassy or US embassy or US government channel tweets, just no say for fact.
They don't vet them.
They don't vet them from the highest level, say when I put them out.
And the official work.
Yeah. Now I make it say where the US embassy tweets, then the Bureau of African Affairs, the US Bureau of African Affairs, they retweet. Say, yeah, we wait to the US embassy. Then the US embassy say, we all now don't say this. Then I for tell you say before that information they go out, a lot of people don't vet them from ahead. Because in government communication and development world, of course, they get classified and unclassified information. Yeah, all right. So then in a classified, perhaps you see a normal like come on. Nobody don't know. Because then are 2 or 3 people, but then they know. They get for reach that level. But when they don't put them out now, most of them don't vet them out, say let this go out. So if person the day go begin go say, oh, this and that, you know they work.
Okay.
Wait and say
no touch in two different statements. Maybe instead of reading it, now we'll just discuss them quickly. The Carter Center, of course, we don't get an interview, but now they call for polling station. And then we'll also see Commonwealth as well, not coming for their statements.
Yes. So the Commonwealth, of course, they say the same thing. And the Commonwealth, mind you, law say all on now, okay, now now with Monday or whatever. But the Commonwealth, then when I heard the Commonwealth goes alone, now the former Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Osinbajo.
Okay.
When now big brother.
Also, please hold on, yeah. We want to talk about the Commonwealth because some people not going to understand what we mean. This remember the last time they go meet na UK and na the Queen herself and the benefit. So in the absence of the Queen, na the King.
Yes.
We mean say if the Commonwealth tweets, it means say na the voice of the King of the UK.
Yeah. Thank you. First, I'll give people a background of the Commonwealth.
Please go ahead.
The Commonwealth, now the country the way the UK colonized. The countries the way now the UK colonized all over the world. Now they come together and form the Commonwealth. The countries the way now the Britain now then colonized them, including Sierra Leone, you get the Nigerians, you get the Gambia, you get the Ghana, you get English-speaking West Africa, you get other countries there like then Kenya, you get other one like the Caribbean, then of course UK. At the head of the Commonwealth, at the center of the Commonwealth. So when they talk about the Commonwealth, now these all English-speaking countries where the UK colonized. So they send their own observation mission to Sierra Leone, headed by the former.
We get independence to the
Thank you. So what I had the former Vice President of Nigeria, when I next door neighbor to me. So now saying down in the honor with man, oh, this is the former President of Nigeria. Just immediate. Now this election what happens on Nigeria and I come on. All right, we then come on. But as of before the election, I be the Vice President of Nigeria. Now then said, so that's an issue of press release. Then they tried to say Commonwealth observers find Sierra Leone elections largely peaceful, but urge for full transparency. The same thing. Okay. So they say
so all of the people that we can watch transparency. One time the way they talk about secrecy and secret society. I get one journalist play come now so in the morning we'll say they say ECSL is like a secret society. Say no because the journalists are lazy and they do the job. So for saying the EU them the observer they're all lazy now, they didn't do the job. Now maybe they all take the same language.
Yeah. So you see, that are the problem. Like they put the challenges. They say, however, the observer group noted logistical challenges such as late delivery of materials, blah blah blah. The heightened. So the group noted isolated incidents of skirmishes, police arrests, and attacks on polling officials. And talk about. They say we appeal to all political parties, but we urge to continue upholding their commitment, and they recommend the group for offer several preliminary recommendations for help address some of the challenges cited. One of them, they say, for address transparency in the process. Okay. So they urge the Electoral Commission for exercise maximum transparency in the days ahead as its staff finalize the tabulation of votes and prepare to release final results. Okay. Then they also say they want to let them continue for discourse and make sure the right thing is done. So all around there, they don't talk. What's left again? Now China no more now. China no more now. Not talk it.
Okay. So as part of this, new now one of the local election observer where they stand strong behind all of this thing. In fact, now then they take the lead role because they don't go ahead and pull data where they themselves analyze. But in the case of that, we see threats they come from all angles, especially with the mouthpiece of the government right now. And so one of the people that we don't ending solidarity with them now the election resource center where they pull a press statement. I just read the heading we say the election resource center condemn threats against the National Elections Watch, New Sierra Leone, and support the coalition's plea for the release of all polling station level results.
Yes. So, because the final say from all this election result business don't begin. Right now, people in Marcela Samba and New, they say, oh, now they're the new opposition party and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Because alone...
Or they want for take ECSL, they work now.
Thank you. As you stand for facts, no more people know they come for dismissal on fact too. Then they begin label you. Like I say, so now, oh, now APC there, no opposition there, now this and that, and blah, blah, blah. That's the issue. Is people most of them don't know able to stand on.
Okay, wait. So you didn't talk about other nations then just now. Now look at this one where they say Wahon. I don't know. Then a West African Election Observers Network. We make up Chile, Croatia, Guyana, Albania, Bangladesh, Belarus, Indonesia, Georgia, Macedonia, Slovakia. They call it all for let me understand something. Slovakia, Montenegro, Nicaragua, Panama, Peru, and Ukraine. including you know, and the African continent, you know, and the PVLT method. So in other words, they say then stand with the member, because new na member of them, the global network. Then say then stand with the member when a new for make sure say, you know, the declaration of global, okay, for make sure say they go at the, you know, they just stand with the position of new. Let's just make it that way. Yeah. So all of them when they have, they stand again in the position of new.
So if you see all the election observer they had to come, they all been there. Now I make somebody be they say, hey, the observer them boko. They say any side way turn now, they see observer. If it's also them go do it now, enjoy the money and go enjoy. No, they made it for a reason, for capture everything. So everybody, including the West African elders, everybody say this thing not free and fair, and they call for transparency. So I don't know if Sierra Leoneans maybe they need, and because after this, we just get for the analyze and watch how the game get for continue for play. But now when some man, like how they say, some man will go, they want to go get visa for travel. Where you go, they don't give you visa. Or some man go ask for money, or they want to able to fund you for make you small organization like corner, or you small radio station, or you small you know, CBO, where they make buy one motor car, get staff there, they do your work, where you go write project proposal, they go submit, and say, well, no, they fund you. All right. At the time, people are going to know the effect of what they play with. But for now, some man and they, I mean, the finances, some man and just sit on the fence right now. So some man and know they talk right now. They just sit on and they watch because they know the implication. Say the international community, when they say will not agree, they not agree. And the people where they're not all on the point, then go make sure you don't get all the evidence and the fact before they talk. We're not sound like other people, we go just talk. So when they're not all on this point, so boom. Collect try pull another motor on the hand. It not go easy. So for you, you know, or able talk for whatever reason for let them fair way and settle this in a way where go nicer. But the impact on Sierra Leone is heavy. Let nobody not lie for you. I do international relations. Now school or in university. So nobody, so sometimes some of all they talk, no one just call yourself experts. But once again, enough of experience, wealth of experience, the country they don't work and the small book I don't learn.
But if I talk to you inside we have now experts. So you're an expert, take us on.
You know what? So some people like call themselves experts. Me don't want to say so, but at the end of the day, these are the facts, and then they're on the table. Now it's up to you guys to make it. We all know, say, like I say, President Bio, okay, me on president now. Because other people say, no, don't talk. I'm not calling the Namio. But now the president for the next 5 years, like what they say, an adult, when you make a mistake or you do something deliberately, just ready for live with the consequences. That's one thing about life. You can go do something today, go do what you want to do. But when you don't do, I'm just ready for live with the consequences. And now Sierra Leoneans for live with the consequences of this decision when Mohamed Kone don't give it. Otherwise, the next 5 years we'll live with that consequences.
All right. So, Alpha, you know, unfortunately today, sorry. Yeah. We're not going to take call. The system not going to allow for take call today. So I want to say sorry in advance. But let's just take this break quickly and maybe just listen to this. We start with this thing, but let's listen to this because this one very important. You talk about the consequence. We live with the consequence for 5 years. Now that you say, Alpha.
Well, what you gonna do?
Okay, so I just wonder one day because why? People have actually not only courage, but as well they pass the message now. Say whether we not feel say now we not do or we not feel say we do now. We all are going for suffer in the next 5 years, if at all, again for be like that. Now listen to this. Alright, so I think for that, we don't come to the end of the program. Please, you watch on YouTube or Facebook. We also will call on you if you watch on YouTube right now. And sometimes we can get important things that we can come, but we're not able for come now. So you watch on Facebook. We're not able for come on Facebook. We can do on YouTube. So for you not miss out, switch come over quickly to YouTube and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Subscribe on the outside Alpha Day, so press the subscribe button there. Come on the outside me and Bible day, and then you look for the bell. Press the bell, you will see the word all. Press them and then you don't subscribe. Yeah, left hand. So anytime we come, you get notification for come and join me. Okay. The same goes to that of TV Salon, TVS. Yeah, now the same thing we get for do the same thing, subscribe, the same position inside Alpha Sidon, and then you come over to me and Bible, and then you turn on the notification bell. You know, please, we get 2,554 when you watch on YouTube. It's 1,100 we don't like the program, and on Facebook we get 1,500 with the watch with 1,914 we don't like the program. Thank you very much. We appreciate you so much for a like, on a share, on a comment, and all. So please, I'll call on now you Facebook. Please, when I come over to Facebook, to YouTube quickly and subscribe. Very important. Come over to YouTube quickly and subscribe. Okay, we appreciate you so much. Okay, so another very important thing. We still get for pay. We report them the balance money. We get to do with the balance payment. So when they call on una all for please support we. You know, the yesterday when they talk about this and then people say, "Na bigger, you understand?" Some people are new to this channel. They don't know what we capable of doing. And this channel are the only channel for right now where they help people inside we country. From the money where people they give. This bigger or bigger so where they help people where they sick. We help people who not getting for it. We help people who not get host with the book and collaborate book and build their host. We help people who need medical attention. We help people who need school fees. Everything where people need. We not cater for everybody. Some people cannot lose hope. We can only be the rescue force, the last hope, and we can able to rescue them through the college fees them. Because if we not pay for them, then they drop out. So we not bigger, and at that bigger day, like how we country the bigger. That's what we say the bigger. Because I tell you something, the money already don't know they also they give. Now most of people in taxpayers' money, or some people that will get money, say they not know what for do and then they give them government, and then at their money they use for give donor organization them when they donate back to we inside we country. So if we country the bigger, who dare we not for bigger? Of course we the bigger. So we the help with salon people them. And please, we don't done like almost we butter them for pay them, and you know, and balance money them, you know, the one that we will get for work with for the next 1 month, and we get balance for pay them. So please, if you want for support please do so and support through we PayPal, where you can search for Sama Kuruma on PayPal, and then you send whatever you get through the PayPal. And for Cash App, Zelle, Ria, and Cash App, Zelle, and Apple Pay, please send the number to Sister Admin. Send whatever you get to Sister Admin, and we will appreciate you so much. And lastly, if you want for send to MoneyGram, Ria, Western Union, and any other transaction direct to Sierra Leone, please do so to Fatma Tabangura and send the rest of the receipt for we will appreciate you. And we get few people that we don't come on Facebook. Where we don't can now we cash now we PayPal and then can give we some amount of money. This one for I just call the first name them because not all the no more get any name there. The one because I don't call from yesterday. The one that we give recently, Elizabeth give we 41.33 euros. We get Aisha K, Elizabeth C, and Aisha K. Aisha K give we 41.41 euros. So it basically they convert. So thank you very much. We appreciate you so much. Let's see if we get any small thing we come out from Cash App, Zelle, and the other platform. The quick one. Let's just come to now. You know, we actually need for pay off reports at them, and we need to head.
Mission not complete. I say we report the mission not complete.
So once we do yes, we need for send them because you know go let for them come and begin to say now we have to.
Pardon, waiting now.
Yes, you know pay.
I know how to level please.
Alpha, once I look for this name, something that you want to say something quickly. Once by way they say something they won't notice. Now the result don't turn for caretaker bill. We find out say in as much as no sign no day na the Western Urban way gentle beat Akisoya. But it look like say they prepare gentle for announce them as the next mayor of Freetown again.
So well, Dana, the other part of this election were interesting. Now, let's say you don't say this station, President Bio beats Samura Kamara. That station, the highway can convince people now say Akisoya get more votes say pass Gentle. So that the second round and
because everywhere in the western area, Samuel Kamara beats Marabio. And then Akisoya, from what they are even from IRN, Akisoya they beat Gentle. But now that they prepare Gentle, we see soldier man them, policeman them, they taught Gentle now State Lodge, they dance with and say the next mayor. We don't understand. In fact, now TikTok, according to waiting, Gentle don't even pull in close so they get for where. Where they go swear in.
So that well, the second interesting thing, and you know, I wait closely for make I see the mayoral results now for it all. How you get for Komot, how you get for Bilek. Because now I think the same thing will happen for President Bio. You know, anyway, even the EU don't say let them publish the results
at polling station.
At polling station. Because they know the next one they have to announce at the mayoral. If you don't get mine, Roban for the presidential, the mayoral go left. So then the second half of the game.
Is that the answer? Is that the toughest?
Yes. Yeah, I don't like because people that they watch now from history, SLP no ever beat APC in a free turn for mayoral position. Even the last time where they put Creoman, Raymond D'Souza George, that part where they do them poem there, you know, now them put against Papare. Still them beat them.
Imagine, just let's take note. This is not about tribalism, but that's just a normal routine.
Yeah.
And Papare very much popular amongst the elite.
Yes. So he lost. Now, Gentle Day, you know, Gentle when one of we compete, we all we countryman there, but of course. So now, how you can tell the Fritonians again for say, for example, Gentle win the mayoral seats and Frito against Akisoya. Well, until no reach that side it.
So Alpha, let's talk about this thing quickly. You know, in most cases, some people, by the way, you answer something quickly, yeah. Most time they say, na tribalism, I wanna go say countryman for being mayor na Frito. But wait, not be honest with you. Sometimes the way how they look at things, because now with tribesman, we know they look at the genuine part or the real part of the story. But Alpha, let's be honest with yourself. Akisoya of all go come out go contest inside Kailahu.
It's not possible.
Then go look at.
It's not possible.
He go come out go inside bonds to go contest Obo or Kenima.
It's not possible.
The one na banner poster. Mother be on take the manual clock tower. No other political party not take it. But
yeah,
this is not the only side where the Creole people will say they call home. The only side. It's not a matter of tribal. Me not to Creole man. Yeah. Not to tribal. Look, these are just the reality.
Yeah. So I'll tell you about, okay, first Gentle, you don't get the educational posture or the international clout where Yvonne Akisoya gets.
No, I disagree. I disagree with you say Gentle not get that kind of educational with it gets because it gets degree like dance. Identity collection. Why?
Okay. Now I'll bring and not so that take me to the next point. For being a city of the mayor of a city, you get for meet with other international, experts. You get for meet with the company mayor there. You get for discuss development strategies. I don't know if you reach that level, if you're able to discuss that kind of I don't know much about them. But the way I don't see I talk in that interview, somebody the way he talk, it able say, because where they go lobby and all that, and I talk, you get photo. Okay. Then I just send you a photo, my WhatsApp. Gentle gets the connection with Gambia. You get a whole Gentle group in Gambia, Banjuli, Gambia, where they do a lot of constructions for different people, including people who will be close to the First Lady. So you get the Gentle construction group, where in Gambia, they're very active in Gambia. They do a lot of projects. I can tell you that as a fact. I work in Senegal, I get a lot of colleagues in Gambia. So you get the Gentle group Gambia, na Banjul, where they do a lot of projects in Banjul, Gambia. Gentle get a lot of projects where they do in Salon. So you connect the two now and tell me whose side they lead towards. So that's the whole game plan and that's the whole strategy of Gentle. Because of the Gentle group and Gentle group active in Gambia, they do a lot of things. now the Gambia right now, you get a lot of construction where they do they will get gentle group now Freetown and they go a lot of so in between they get gentle. You connect the rest of the dots. Okay. So you go tell me say that they can genuinely can develop Freetown and can hope for the people of Freetown. Hey? So then they on go left that side for you. You go.
By the way, yeah, can't inside 21 to class and not put great anymore.
I just take come back from Musa Fakumo say in the sit they wait for see how they announce Gentle as a mayor.
But wait, by the way, sorry, I not cut you word. But where Madabiel the result been there in favor, 4 hours people don't go sit on the parliament. And then continuously Madabiel they tell me say they give 1 rounds uppercut.
Of course.
So if they don't begin dance with Gentle, and the soldierman and policeman and of all, they dance with Gentle.
Now I make a just take from me brother waiting say because now this same Sidon left Sidon here, they wait for Mohamed Kone as we don't get the result and say the result are really they come out sweet. And like na Samuel, he left Sidon say Mohamed Kone can bail on our aid. Indeed, the uppercuts come to reality.
Wow,
so if uppercuts don't come to reality, who that na Akiswaya where they know the game clear? I don't know how they play football. Who's kind of foul down this for the game Akiswaya we know the way say. So then they very simple brother.
Kiladi.
A very simple. We are out in the go. Waiting me what I talk about educational background, you know. An officer SLB care anymore for that one right now as to how the country they go. Waiting SLB care of na then they na power.
Okay.
Na this na in the want. So me Gentle Ion, I know I can talk say this or that. Let us not say to me no more as long as caretaker bio don't become the caretaker for the second time. Gentle, Kone, if you get a bold mind for snub international community, snub the one-on-one for Madabio, now Fritonians and no snub for Gentle.
I think we need to look at certain things there. But Alpha, wait too. This thing by the way, it's also very important because what we notice now that Gentle, they not do any convention for Gentle. In other words, they not do any election for Gentle. Just like Madabio, so Gentle. Madabio, they not do election for now the delegate conference. You know that, right? How do you call him?
No, listen. Can then go beat Ajay Kabar and broke him with glass there. Then beat Kade Yom Kalade, then lock Canado.
No,
not to the one day.
This second
that one, the first one they talk about.
Then we get competition.
This then just can't push and say, yeah, go back.
Okay.
They're not doing an election for him. And normally the constitution not give the right for select. That is why they be the dance palm and APC say they get selection.
Yep.
They not get selection. But in the case of down they select them. The only person when one pastor will come one time na television for can challenge Madabio when Lima tell and they go deal with her will not say again.
And because you don't receive vote.
Not to receive. By the way, no, wait, what do you mean for slam no? What do you mean?
And listen.
No, wait to what do you mean
to a different.
What do you mean? Sometimes you right.
They don't communicate.
No, I don't agree. Something they way they don't do to that man. We not see a year water again. I not say they don't send a next swallow, not get me wrong. But they don't hide that.
Okay, listen.
They don't put behind away, don't make it hide.
Listen, because I want left una, but I remind una about Chief Somanoka Pen. Chief Somanoka Pen will be one of the most experienced members of the SLPP. I don't know if I know more about Kapen. Chief Somanoka Pen.
Of course.
I'll be paramount chief, and I'll be a diplomat, you know, and a politician. So he said the only politician will get the three combined. He get the traditional power, he get the traditional sense as a paramount chief. He get the political sense as a politician, then he will not be diplomat. So he said he get all three together. One time they ask and say, what he make it fall out with the SLPP? You know what he say? He say them one bend the rules. Because remember, say Madabio come after that, they want what they want make at other time. Now they say that Alala come more. We then go broke Ajay Kabar and beat them, then broke him with car glass, can the young killer then treat them and all that in the day. Now Chief Somanoka Pen, now be the chairman, now be one of the people that will stand and say, "Look, follow the rules and the constitution of the SLPP party." When a constitution, we believe in rules and regulations, where we meet how people the one themselves we're not there before we had them in the practice. I ain't push and do. You know what he say? He say a Baba has one chair for every Botox. That means the Baba, where they go Baba get 1 chair for all man in waist. All man where they go Bab, now they sit down. You know, go say, where this, now this, now that other chair they sit down, where other person can. They say Baba get 1 chair for all man in waist. They say, but they want twist the thing. Now make income na SLPP. Then I cheap some pen. So as far as in concern, this current leadership of this SLPP party, now people are working twist law and they bend law and they do any kind of thing. Let them move on. I don't see what to happen at this election. I don't see. So if Gentle back then can't say now he win the mayor of Freetown, I'm not gonna be surprised because Chief Somanaka Pebe don't talk and say the Baba get 1 chair for all man Botox. But then the twister say, wait, this guy let's then pull this system, bring this other one, and so on and so forth. It's saying now he make it come out. So the general aspect is when you get a party, a big party like this, and you want to talk about people, they rule people, you get for believe in laws, principles, and believe in the rule of law, and not begin change the law for fit certain people and they make it some other way. You know, they tell well. So at the end of the day, we don't see the backlash. We don't they come out. At the end of the day, the people of Saloon, then go ever remember this particular election. Because the only election, me for more get sense. The first election I vote, na Pakaba election. Okay.
Most of you vote for election.
Yeah, I get that sense. This is the election this way, the whole international world, all man on condemn. So this will go down.
You sure say we don't do that any for vote?
I said that the first election I vote.
You sure say you don't do?
But if I not be votes, if I not be vote,
no. Okay, now election day to Jack our last life victory. Okay, now one of the election that they on the age vote like Chris does.
If I not be do for vote,
no, no, no more.
But this is the election. This where don't see the whole international body, the whole international world don't criticize. Now go back to the drawing board and find way how we able make sure say we international partners and we able work with them together.
No, before you and let's just put this to you quickly because I need you for comments on this before you go. And partial results way from for the Freetown, you know, Western Urban, we represent 60% of the polling centers. Then we 1,138 stations. Then according to the analysis, out of the valid vote, Soya don't get 171,618, and then Gento don't get 81,726. And then the other one, them, we the other small one, they will take part, including independent, 2,293. So in estimate, in percentage wise, Akisoya, according to partial, 67%, and Gento 32%. But anyway, hey, they will tell you say we not to the legal right authority, and yes, indeed, we not get right for call any result. Now only ECSL they call the result.
Yes. So what you don't see. You know why this election don't ask for call now? The international observer there, they don't begin hit from the head. So now whatever the ECSL want to do now, they're going to say,
No, wait. So this if ECSL change this back. Okay, well, now look at one thing, and quickly, Alpha. Before this election, we hear ONS can strongly say, nobody call the result. Maybe on this day they can cook for me. Let's say they catch anybody they call the result, then they lock his station for radio, television, or so, newspaper.
Even when make them say nobody know the audit the system.
Yes.
I go do election, say nobody know the audit system.
He said because of secrecy, privacy.
What's secret? They do the election for people, and they get the international. The one way they give them money. He said nobody know watch your system.
And now this again make them they keep the data for people then.
So it don't make sense. If me they give money, even though President Biobi say most of this election are the government of Salon fund and most of them, okay. But me not say no more. The European Union give over $7 million euros on electoral processes and even governance and Salon between 2021, 22 to 23. So if when I take this kind of money for do this and they do a lot of things, we see that bridge where the Salon government be proud of. I didn't call that bridge. Where they go make
in court.
But that one for go Bere bridge. Magbele bridge. Thank you. That bridge where the government they go and parade say, hey, this bridge, we don't make the bridge. Talk and do. Now in the European Union tweets. say no, the bridge, now we support them, and the European Union now support them. So
in fact, they make
support
statements today. Now that they make Mimuna to pass vex say European Union not some politician.
So now you don't go back. Now from that point there, the Salon government we don't begin get issued the European Union. European Union fund for build that bridge there, the Magbele Bridge. Then the Salon government not be one let the European Union talk. Then one user will say, oh, talk and do, don't build this bridge. Now European Union they issue press release say, no,
but no, if except the government not honest like how they always don't be. But no project not they when at the money then they use for fund them.
So from that time, you see where Memuna to Pratt been vexed, the Minister of Tourism, they go on Twitter, begin tweet.
They attack the EU.
Yeah, if the European Union undermine the government, then they have to work with the government and then kind. The man and say
they're not a political party.
Yeah, we support for build the bridge. Why would I go saying the government we just work with but now we European Union give the money. So if then people they give this money all for anything there. Now when they talk about the election, no one listen there. We're not going to succeed. So these are the things. Fambulem, this is not pull on politics, and let's just be real. We're not going to be able to succeed without the international community. So I hope the Salon government and the people, if they're not really settled, I'll be talking about law ready for the consequences. We will come, but we're going to feel the pinch of our decisions or our actions. They say every action there's an opposite reaction. That's the law of I think physics. Every action gets an opposite reaction. So the action of
in other words, every medicine gets side effects.
So it's correct on doing so. The side effects. Don't wait for a number they come. So I think say Fambule me that then they go just say thank you to now.
Thank you and wait while they come out together. By the way.
Well, family members, them my last word I get for tonight. I believe so our family members them we always the answer to we call our family members them we always the support we by the good things them we want. The brother man we sit down which you see now a very busy person, but as we call and I one time not even ask you to call me for a come and answer say himself ready for come give all what he get just for make una be okay by getting the right information we una supposed to get. So that's there for talk. We knock out people in our way. Now that count, hey, we support this channel, we this. Pam, before you remember. So please, una go support TVS Salon. Because sister admin say today not able to see family members and come. So by tomorrow they can sit on here. Me peer plus sister admin and the team. We want to make more to Alpha. So please, we not let we down. By tomorrow, they can see on one log Alpha to call Lockmot as the Adonians them. As always, una can do for we. Una go support TVS Salon. Una subscribe.
So it is already in the chat.
Yes, good.
So please, with the pin and day, so you press on TV Salon, TVS. Now the Alpha they represent, and please just go and subscribe to the now. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead.
Please, as I say before, they can see you back tomorrow for bringing another edition of the show where we get plenty information them right now. Well, now go say something. We had no the talk better or not get better thing for talk. But as thing they go so right now, just continue for stay with we as we get baku see the way you want for you and really benefit you for getting at this family house. So far so good. Bye bye Kablai until we meet again tomorrow. Kores.
Yes, Kores they come to you 9 a.m. in the morning tomorrow. Also, I can bring camp people and please, when I left for them, not the vex. Starting 10 in the latter one this guest act for get now. And then number 2, some guests them you know tell person waiting if I can't talk. Now I make the program independent. You bring person and you allow her for like talk, waiting dinner in mind for talk, and that is it. So please join me in the morning, 9 a.m. Salon time, for the way discuss inside the program Koreas. And I understand some people they say, hey, they bully me na Koreas. No, Koreas mean a question that they ask. I'm not there for defend anything. A question me they ask inside Koreas program. That's why we all do review. They guess them now they discuss. Now make if I not get guests, I know they come and talk anything. But we had, now we did talk and now we opinion and things that we use for analyze the old show. So it different. Let me get that one day. So nothing like bullying all day in our Koreas for me. Yeah, I get to allow people to give them views. And before I go, I just want to tell you, say according to the partial results where we don't get, even Akisoya of we get 171,618 valid votes, we make up of 67%. of the total valid vote cast. And Gen 2 get 32%, and the vote cast now for 81,726, and then the other one they get 2,293. We make 1% of the total valid vote cast. So far, this now a breakdown. Actually get them now. So other things that they did. Somebody just tell me say one thing we don't notice now that after we EU put a press release, the ECSL put the result down back. The result where they don't post. Then put and down. Well, we not take notice of that. They maybe take tomorrow wait for verify that one day.
Yeah,
We know one for be I verify, one for be combine verify. So we'll look at that tomorrow. Anyway, until we meet again, thank you very much for you don't like, you don't share, you don't comment, and so you will don't subscribe for the very first time. As we talk so right now on we have YouTube platform, we get YouTube, we get 81,939. By the time tomorrow they come, for don't see we go back to 82,000 because by the time we done all of the hectic work there, so we for reach 100,000 and TV salon for reach 15,000. So until then, my name is Pierre, the freedom fighter. God bless your country, Sierra Leone, where we call we are. The necessary want to follow the results, as Kone be reading for me. So we go left on our down there. How about that?
Voir à demain.
À demain.
See you guys tomorrow.
In 2018.
Thank you.
At this point, we are here to read out the final results of the June 24, 2023 elections. Statement from the Chief Electoral Commissioner, Chairperson and National Returning Officer of the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone on the presidential election results held on 24th June 2023. In exercise of the powers conferred on it by Section 33, 42(2)(e) and 38A as amended of the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, Act number 6 of 1991, and pursuant to Section 7 and 68(1) of the Public Elections Act 2022, Act number 17 of 2022, the Electoral Commission for Sierra Leone conducted a presidential election on 24th June 2023. Both the polls and tallying processes were observed by political party agents, various national, international observation missions or groups, embassies, and the media. The results, the polling station results were entered into the result database representing all polling stations across the country. The national turnout is 2,800,691, representing 83% of all registered voters. The total number of valid votes cast is 2,789,808. The total number of valid vote cast is 10,000, invalid vote cast is 10,883, representing 0.39% of the votes cast. A total number of 120 polling stations were not entered into the result database due to either being tampered with and therefore quarantined at regional tally centers or unavailability of result form caused by violence at identified polling stations. The above outstanding result cannot materially affect the outcome of the final presidential election. Details of the results at polling stations will be posted on the ECSL website. At the ECSL website, the website is there. A full breakdown of the result by district is attached to this statement. Below is the total number of votes obtained by each presidential candidate. Ba Mohamed Charno, National Democratic Alliance, 21,000 620, representing a percentage of 0.77%. Bio Julius Mada, Sierra Leone People's Party, 1,566,932, representing 56.17%. Coca Prince, People's Democratic Party, 5,981, representing 0.21%. Jonjo Mohammed, Citizens Democratic Party, 2,367, representing 0.08%. Kabuta Sature, United National People's Party, 4,059,